Yep, that's good. I like it.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Rideshare Garage. This is Vinny Cuz. I ain't nobody, but I'm here because Eddie told me I had to be here. If Eddie wouldn't have told me I had to be here, I wouldn't be here. But because Eddie said I got to be here, I got to be here. Now, with that being said, it's all Eddie's fault. Just understand that from the jump. Also, tonight I got our newest friend to the channel. He's been with us since we started the live streaming about 2 months ago, Mr. Steven, the Unbroken Driver. He is out of LA. And Eddie, before you say it's my fault, because it ain't my damn fault, it's all your fault. Okay,
Always your fault.
Always.
always your fault, bro. I'm gonna have Steven talk a little bit about himself and introduce yourself to the crowd, Mr. Steven.
All right, thank you very much. Out of the Los Angeles area. Um, I started driving specifically because I invest in cryptocurrencies, and I saw that when the market went down, when all the markets went down, I saw it as a great opportunity to make more and to save more for long-term investing. So from there, I started doing rideshare. I decided then because I was renting. First, I was driving my car, which was an Infiniti G37, a 2013. But it was a gas guzzler, and especially when gas was super high, I was spending anywhere from $80 to $120 to fill up my tank, and I was blowing through miles every day. So I would say 300 plus miles every day. And then I decided, okay, if I'm gonna do all this anyway, and I'm putting in the time, I might as well rent one of the Teslas. So I started doing that for a while. That was pretty good. Fuel, is cheap. Um, but I'm spending $400+ on the car, which I could justify since I was spending about that much in gas every day. And but then it was like, okay, if I really want to make money, then why not go Uber Black? So I started asking questions. I waited at the LAX for rides sometimes, comfort, everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
so I started asking questions to some of the other riders, and it turns out getting into Black isn't as complicated as I thought it might be. At least if you drive under someone else's fleet. So I didn't realize you had to create an entire separate account in order to have a Uber Black account, which
Okay,
causes
hold
some
on, hold on,
problems. Yeah, go
hold
ahead.
on, Steve. So what you're
Yeah,
saying is the only way you can do Uber Black out there is if you're under somebody's like medallion or fleet service already
right.
established. Is that okay? Go ahead.
Either you can drive under someone else's. I created my own, and I can still put my own information in, right? But I don't have a commercial vehicle. So since I don't have a commercial vehicle, I don't have a vehicle under my business name, I can't
Mm-hmm.
use mine. I need somebody that has one established with a commercial vehicle and TCP. So
Gotcha.
because I so and that's why my goal is to pay off my car in a year. That's my goal to pay out. So it's about 70 grand. I'm gonna have to pay off my current car, and I'll explain that.
Okay.
Um, so, but ended up meeting. I ended up going because I needed to fill out some more paperwork, and I needed to get an airport placard for LAX. I ended up going and talking to some of the people that were standing around there. Somebody had a huge Suburban, looked clean, it was black. Asked them if
Mm-hmm.
they needed any more riders or any more drivers, and he said, "I'll put you in contact with somebody." I was able to get into a Mercedes-Benz S-Class of 2018, and I was driving that,
Nice.
and I was making pretty good money with that car as well. At first, I was apprehensive about it because I wanted to get into SUV because I see black Suburbans everywhere. If not that,
Mm-hmm.
Lincolns, all kinds of stuff. All the cars that are for black SUV. But he assured me the benefit with the Mercedes Benz is it gets Lux, and I actually was getting Lux rides here and there. And I literally had a
Okay.
Lux ride that was like 5 minutes. I left the airport and dropped him off at the Marriott just outside the airport, and that paid
Okay.
me $50 just on the ride alone. So
Sweet.
yeah, so it was good money. Um, and then he ended up needing to drive himself. So because he needed to drive himself, he ended up taking the car back. And so I was like, okay, let me grab.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So I was like,
yeah.
okay. So I ended up getting my a Tesla back, and I'm like looking for other people that offer vehicles, and I was having a little bit of a hard time. So I'm in the Tesla, the Model 3 for a while, and then I end up talking to my brother, and I'm like, he has a Tesla Model Y, a white one, and no, and he's not. I was like, okay, if he's not really using it, I threw the idea at him. I'm like, look, I'll make your payment and I'll get full coverage insurance if you let me use your vehicle so I can drive for Uber and Lyft. And he's like, and I'm like, look, ask your wife and see what she thinks. They okayed it in like 10 minutes, you know.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, he's got my back. So he's, and she does too. They both have, they're like, yeah, of course. I was like, okay. So I went to go pick it up, and then my brother's like, oh, I didn't realize you were gonna come and get it so quick. He's like, look, take it. He's like, but I'll throw my credit up for you. If this is what you want to do, get your own. I'm like, okay. So I started looking. So there's downsides to it, but not on his side. There's downsides to getting a private loan compared to getting like a commercial loan or getting a
Of course.
personal loan.
Of course.
So um first off, we looked through the rules and it said you could buy private, right? So I'm okay, I'm gonna buy from somebody private, get a Tesla cheap, as cheap as I possibly can. But I was finding really good deals here in Los Angeles. The problem is my brother lives up in San Jose. So since he lives up in San Jose, that we had to bring the person to, not to get the vehicle inspected, but we had to bring the person over to the credit union for them to fill out the DMV paperwork. Right?
Oh,
What's good?
Okay.
What's good, GPAZ?
What's
So
up, baby?
so in order to fill out the paperwork, he had to show up, and none of the people down in Los Angeles would do it. I couldn't get any of them to do it. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I'll drive. I'll pay the gas. Just, let's get up here. Let's do this deal. This is legitimate. We even had the letter from the bank. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I started talking to some of the dealerships up in San Jose, and we talked to an individual up in San Jose. That was part of a long story dealing with him, the individual that I ended up buying from. I can tell that later or whatever. But so I ended up getting the car. He sold, originally he said 61, then he went up to 62, saying because there was so much interest in the car, which I think that's a lie.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So he went up to 62, but it turns out when we went to the when we went to the credit union, he owed 61 and some change. That's why he wanted
Oh.
62. Because he
oh,
basically he barely paid anything off on the car. He's not trying to pay it aggressive. The
Yes.
thing was, my brother went over there to check out the car for me. So he had a Rivian. He bought
Dang.
himself a Rivian. So he was just trying to get out of the car. That was basically what it was. And which,
gotcha.
fine by me, it was just under 15,000 miles on the car. So I got
Yeah.
and it was a
Hold on,
2020. So I got a Tesla Model Y 2022. Go ahead.
Tesla Model Y 2022, and you got it for
Yes. I got it
Damn.
for 62K. Came out to
standard made,
just over
long, or
70.
performance?
Hold on. One at a time. One at a time.
Which one though?
Go-
Standard made or performance?
Oh,
Long
this
or-
is a performance.
Man, I was some miles on it for
What?
62,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Listen, I'm
I could have
telling
got a
you, he
better
got
if I
good
was patient.
deal.
I could have got a better deal. Like I'm telling you, down here, someone had one for 48K. 48K. It might have been up to 30,000
Man,
miles, but it was the paint was immaculate. The car was good. The only issue, like that I have now, like so, this one has white seats, but it's not a big deal. The Tesla has some really nice
you
seat
get black
covers
seat
that
covers.
look like the actual seats. Yes, black seat covers.
All
Okay,
right.
To like,
Yep,
get it
we're gonna have to
reseamed
talk
or
after
black
this.
anything.
seat covers.
We're gonna have to talk after this because if I can, I'll take a trip to Cali, okay, to buy the damn car. Okay, if
You
I
know,
can
They've
get
got
a
they
At
performance,
that price,
you know,
that
a
many miles on
performance
it, man, you
Model
got
Y,
skill.
a brand new, they started
the
like at
prices are going to go
70.
the price. Yes. Okay, so this is another interesting part of the story. I went to the Tesla website. They had it available for 58 the day I checked, but my brother
mhm.
discouraged me because he said that the vehicles on there weren't real offers. I talked to the rep and he said, no, if you see a car there, reserve it. And if you reserve it, that's a real offer. You'll get that car. By the time I
was
went
gonna
back, like you
say,
said, 65, 68, 70, it was over. The cars
this
are at
this
70 now. You can't
Okay,
even get it like
I
this
didn't know you
anymore.
could do bids. Okay.
What's
this
up?
ain't this ain't Kraft macaroni and cheese 3.5 minute lawsuit. If Tesla's advertising that price, bro, that's that
They
price.
had it. They had it. And
Oh,
it was
and
full.
by the way,
Oh, Eddie, you'll love this. It had full FSD.
What?
Yes.
Listen, but by the way, anybody that's listening, a Model 3 performance goes for about 60. It does it 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. And that's a Model 3, the performance one. All right. The Model Y, which is bigger, I think by the time you're done paying for it, you're paying like 80 grand for the car.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
Damn.
So
Easily.
getting it for 61, he could literally resell it for more money.
Mhm.
Well, they
Well,
had older Model Ys with over 120,000 miles for $62,000. I was looking at.
Yeah,
And
because
this
there's no
had
maintenance on the
50.
car and they never break down.
well,
Yeah, it won't. I
Yeah.
won't have a problem. I won't have and
Hold
I'll
on.
set money to the side in order to buy a new battery when it's that time. So I'm not concerned.
What's the zip
I'm
code
not
where you
concerned.
where you bought it from?
and it's interesting that you Stephen,
91405. Yes.
it's interesting, Stephen, that you say that because a lot of drivers don't do that.
No,
And
I'm thinking that.
yeah, you got to think ahead.
Think ahead.
Doesn't matter what the vehicle is, but you
Mhm.
got to be thinking about maintenance and all that
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
that's gonna go bad. And that's good
definitely.
because there's I'm getting ready to make a video. Jeff and I were talking about it. By the way, more content than not in the future. I want to introduce y'all to my content manager, Mr. Jeff. Because Mr. Jeff comes up with some great ideas, right? He comes up with these ideas, right? And then he goes and makes a video on his channel, and then he does this. And then he does, and Vinny will have that video out very soon.
Yeah.
Jeff got me in trouble last week.
Vinny
Jeff
be
was like,
sleep.
"Get him, Vinny,
He'll wake
get him."
up and I'll be like, Vinny, you got to make this video.
He's like, "Get him, Vinny, get him." And then I wake up because I'm up, 4 or 5 in the morning, right? I'm up 4 or 5 in the morning. Jeff works at night.
Dude,
He
I'm
sleeps
going to
during the
Cali.
day, right? And so I get up, and
Yep.
as soon as I open up
Seeing the
YouTube,
deals?
right? I get up, I look at YouTube, and I see Jeff's got 2, 3 videos. 30 seconds into the video, and Vinny's gonna have a video coming out soon about it. Eddie, by the way, Eddie is Eddie and Kiara are the thumbnail kings and queens of the group. This is a real team we got. This is a real team we got.
Man, that's funny.
Just letting you know.
That's funny.
Everybody's putting stuff in. Ron is like the how can I gently put this?
He's the motivation. That dude.
No,
he be putting
Ron
up
is
stuff, man.
Ron is the
He's-
pastor of the group. Ron is
he's
He
the
get me to
pastor
open
of
up
the
my
group.
app. I don't even open up my app till Ron say something. I'll be like, hold up.
Ron is
He
the
be like,
pastor
check
of
out
the
all
group.
these bonuses and surges and this.
He
Man,
don't want
be on it
he don't want
all
us
day.
dealing with any drama. He wants us just nice and clean, like we're going to Catholic school. Well, we don't do Catholic school
Exactly.
around here.
That's right.
Anyway, Eddie, you had some questions for Steven.
Dude, I'm gonna come visit you.
You traveling everywhere, bro. You get ready to go over.
Man.
Look, on the
You going-
on the
you going
40,
third degree on us?
Model 3s. Model 3s
Jeff,
on the
you hear what I
40.
asked you? Jeff, you hear what I asked you?
What's that?
I asked him if you're going third
going-
degree. If you're gonna be a
Third
traveling
degree?
man, because he's gonna go to LA. He's gonna it's a little Mason joke. He's gonna go to LA. He's gonna buy a car out there with Steven. Then he's gonna charge it up and drive to Chicago and go sleep on Brandon's couch, make all that money up there, and have
I'll
his
go with them
Cadillac
there too.
and then his Cadillac's gonna be on Turo in Austin, right? And then when they all get done, they're gonna go grab Kiera, and then we all gonna meet up in Phoenix for the Super Bowl. Y'all joking?
Exactly.
I'm coming
Nah.
to Phoenix for the Super Bowl. Two
Eddie
reasons
ain't
why,
gonna sleep
Jeff.
for 4 months.
Two reasons why I'm coming
Your
to
lights.
Phoenix. Number one, I'm coming to get
Your
that money,
lights.
right? I'm coming to
Come
get
get
that
it.
money. And
No,
number
I'm saying
two,
your lights are
coming
out. Yeah.
Oh, we can hear his lights are out. Hold on a minute. Let me.
lights
Oh, that's
There we go. I just muted him out for a minute. Number two, my Miami Dolphins are going to be in that Super Bowl, so I'm coming to represent. I'm gonna have
They
a.
gonna
I'm
make
gonna have
it.
a couple.
Oh, they gonna make it. You think the
I'm
Dolphins
gonna
gonna
have,
make it?
Dolphins are going to the Super Bowl, brother. Bank on it.
Hey,
All right.
bring
So
it,
I got
bring
a. Eddie, you got any more questions for Steven real quick? Because I'm gonna break it to Jeff.
No, I didn't know. You trying to tell me that I can actually get the car that I really need for 10 grand under if I could just take, you know, a 10-hour
And
trip or a
honestly, I
15-hour
think I
trip?
rushed it. Honestly, I think I rushed it because I think I could have got a much better deal. Like I said, the other car that I was looking at was at 48. The only
Yeah.
I kind of rushed it because I wanted to give my brother back his car for one, and then
But
two.
what's the Cali taxes?
Oh, it's man. I ended up spending like how much was it? Like 8 grand basically in
What
taxes.
you
Well,
mean,
no,
Lamont?
registration was registration was 1,000. The rest of it was taxes, which came out to like 70 and some change.
See, it's the taxes where they get you at.
Man,
The taxes is where they get you.
My
they
odds
got
right
out there with
here is
less.
6.25. So it
Yeah,
makes a big
he
difference.
was desperate. I could have got him, especially if he already had that Rivian. You could have got him for man,
Like I said, yeah, because if you're
had him
patient, honestly, if
stressing
you
it.
I think especially now coming up to December where they need to make all these their end year sales goals and everything. They're trying to get rid of those cars. Plus you've got people that are desperate to get out of their own cars as
Yeah,
these what is it? Shoot, where people are losing jobs right now. They're getting dropped out of jobs and they're downsizing. I think vehicles are going to become a less needed like luxury commodity almost, and more so driving services become more valuable to people.
Well, see, and that kind of
oh yeah,
gets me into the whole purpose of the title of the podcast tonight, state of the apps and drivers. And one of the questions that I
oh
had, and I guess we can take this a different direction, but there's, I always wonder how come certain drivers know how to make money and certain drivers don't. You know what I'm saying? Certain drivers make a ton of money
yeah.
on the apps, right? Can I mute? Oh, okay. Steven muted himself. Certain drivers make a ton of money on the apps, and certain drivers don't. And and then all
I
you
think
do
it's
is you
the
hear the complaining.
entrepreneurial personality because we have so many people who've been in that employment industry their whole life, so they're used to asking for a raise. They used to, asking if they can get this and asking. When you're an entrepreneur, you got to go get it. If you research entrepreneurs, most of them they're awake 16 to 18 hours a day, just working the whole time. So if you want to get money, you got to be willing to go 16 hours a day sometimes. And I don't mean working 16 hours a day, but I mean I wake up and I'm prepping for my day. I get breakfast in my system. I'm washing my car. I'm prepping my car. I'm gassing my car up. I'm running around. And that's aside from the 10 hours I'm about to go drive. So total, you're going to be functioning for about a good 14 hours a day just dealing with your industry. So be ready for it every day. If Eddie's banging out 12-hour days, I bet he's pushing close to 14 to 16 hours dealing with rideshare every day. Because he's still got to prep. You've got to do your wind down at the end of the day. You got a lot you got to do. It's an entrepreneurial network, man. You got to be willing to do it.
Oh, I didn't know that, Dave. Okay.
So
I
while
think
we're at it, because
okay.
Dave threw up some questions too already. So let's
Yeah,
try to get to the questions.
I saw that about it's not a great call. I thought the same thing too. But when I was looking at the description with the VIN number,
you have
um,
you
it
have
is a
you have.
metallic.
Go ahead, Manhattan Black.
No, it's a metallic black. So
Okay.
when the light hits it, you know, it shines and it looks like it's gray, but it's really not. It's a metallic black. And
I'm not.
when I
I'm
looked
not
it
even
up
gonna.
and when I registered it, it came out as it was
It
black.
was
It says
black, right?
metallic black, but I got registered as if it was
Dave,
black.
Dave, we ain't even going to answer that second question. We're going to leave that one alone. I ain't even going to put it back up. Of course, the Cadillac's better than an Acura. Come on, brother. Okay, because I'm biased to the Cadillac. You know I am. I noticed that minimum for black is year 2018. If I buy 2019, would I need to upgrade in the next 2 years because the year doesn't? Yes, you will. That's one of the downsides. So when you go to move into these newer vehicles or these luxury vehicles, you got to remember it's a 5-year deal. So, and it kind of puts a lot of pain on you because you got to pay for that extra year. If I were going into the Lux market right now, I would say I would probably look at a 2021 so that I know I can get my money out of it. My buddy Richard, I think Infinity is better than Cadillac. What do you think about that? I think Richie, you're the man, buddy. I'm not even Richie. No, Richie's my good friend. He loves messing with me. He says, listen, I'll always say this about the Infinity, okay, which I usually call the Xfinity, like Comcast cable. Infinity's got the best warranty you're ever going to get on a vehicle. It's like 99% bumper to bumper warranty on a used Infinity QX60. And for rideshare, you cannot beat that warranty at all. With that being said, I take my caddy. What do you think, Eddie? You take your caddy over to QX60 or what?
Over a QX60, I
Yeah.
think anything will beat a QX60 in looks.
Okay. Not Nissan isn't better than a Datsun. They should have stayed out.
Well, no,
Hey,
no,
I remember the little
that's-
B210, bro.
That's torture.
I remember that
Yeah,
little
the
B210, bro. Little B210. I remember that, bro.
You know,
All right.
in the video, in the videos, you saw me that I was kicking the tire. That I used to do it every morning. I used to do it every
Jeff.
morning because that was the only way that would keep me motivated to be like, I need to get out of this.
Right.
You know, I pulled it
Lamont,
off, but it's such a big difference.
Lamont saying that Jeff's buddy over there in Cali made a video about us or about me or whatever. I'll check it out later, Lamont. I appreciate it. The guy,
I didn't watch.
you know, I didn't see it. It doesn't come across.
I think
my
a lot
phone.
of his people that used to watch his videos ain't really watching because they found out who he was. They found out he was a grifter. He's creating emotion, and I think they all figured it out.
Yeah, but Jeff, I'm not trying to get into that with that clown no more. I'm done with him. He says he's watching. I'm on his radar. He don't know I will go to Cali. I ain't the one for that. This is YouTube. This shit don't mean nothing.
That's what I'm like.
I'm out here trying to help people. We ain't gonna try and do.
We trying to make money. That's what we trying to do. So
Lamont, you say Lexus has a good warranty. I haven't heard of anybody with well, no, we had a guy down here. He had a Lexus 350. You know, the ES, I think it's the ES 350. I don't remember the warranty he had on it though. But you know, that's Richie, that's my guy. All right, so state of the apps. There's a lot of stuff going around, right? They had the strike/protest last week. In Denver, though, they made some noise. I don't know about any place else in the country, but Denver made some noise. I don't know if you guys seen that. And I don't know if that was tied in to...
Was that the one that was on the news?
Yeah, that's the one that made the news. I don't know if that was tied in a professor or not. It's irrelevant. But they had about 450 drivers, man, that just said, the hell with you, we ain't doing it. And in that respects, that's all right, because they did it at the airport. Like I didn't see it anywhere else. I was looking, you know, to see where they were protesting or whatnot. But, you know, hats off to those guys in Denver. I get it. We're seeing the upfront prices are screwing people over, right? We're seeing now that, right? We see that the quests and the bonuses are gone, right? Ain't nobody getting them, right? I got a good friend of mine that drives down here. Listen, he's a $500 a day guy, okay? He ironically drives a QX60. He's a $400 to $500 a day guy down here. Doesn't matter what day of the week it is. He goes out there and gets that money. He's lucky if he makes $200 a day right now. And I promise you, he hustles.
Like that.
He hustles. Like that. He puts in the Eddie driving in style hours, right? He knows when and where and how. And like yesterday, he went out yesterday morning. Yeah, I went out yesterday morning, right? I did the two little rides. Well, the one ride and one cancellation for 41. Came home. He was out until like from 7 to like 11 or 12 and only made $29. And that was with a ship in the cruise port.
Damn.
So the only reason he made any money last night is because he got a ride down to where we have Art Basel. If you guys don't know what Art Basel is, it's a very big bougie type art festival down here. It's the only place they go that I'm aware of anymore for this art show out of Basel, Switzerland. And so he went down there and he was able to make some money, you know, but the traffic was pretty, you know, it was pretty heavy, so to speak. But I haven't spoken to him today, so I don't know what he did today. Gary, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel.
I mean, Gary.
I'm actually reading the report from Denver.
In the mix. Pick up Kiki.
Kiki, where you at, Kiki? Where you at, Kiki?
Pick up Kiki. Yeah.
You know,
By the way, nearly all drivers, shut the app off all at once at the airport.
They
Okay.
do that all the time in Phoenix, man. They'll turn the apps off and sit in the parking lot all day. And the surge used to go up to $50. And then Lyft figured it out and Lyft stopped doing it. And Lyft stopped giving them surge. Now they can sit there all day and be like $12. They used to be 50. We used to have $50 surges at the airport all the time. Because everybody would do like Sergio said, turn your app off. Everybody would just sit there. One person would have their app on and everybody would turn it off. And then just a surge would just smash. Everybody turn at the same time, snag the $50, and Lyft would hurry up and drop it. It would go from like 50 all the way down to 10. It was like,
wow. Yeah, well, you know what? They used to do that here at Fort Lauderdale Airport and Miami International. All
Lyft
the drivers
figured it out.
get together.
Was like, I ain't doing that no more.
Listen, you get caught in that queue with your app off or pulling some shit, they throw you out. Like there is no second chance. This isn't the app saying, "Oh, we're not going to allow you to use the queue." No. This is the airport, federal property that will not allow you on the premises.
Damn.
It ain't the apps throwing you out. It's the damn
the airport itself
throwing you out. Oh
damn.
yeah. Oh yeah, because there was a time down here at any given time you'd go from it'd be 100 cars in the queue to 0. And when they had the multiplier going, the surge would be at 8x. And then all of a sudden everybody throws their apps back on. Everybody's got 8x on their next ride,
Yep, exactly. Lyft found that shit. I was like, we're not doing that no more. We're done.
So IQ Key Programming, welcome to the channel. I haven't recognized you from before, but he says that in Charlotte, North Carolina, I guess they got a Quest 50 rides. You make $185, bro. Count your blessings and go get them rides. Cause I can tell you this week down here, I think it was 50 rides for 35. No, 70 rides for $35.
Really
that was the Quest.
Miami's going crazy right now.
Well, that's because Richie's sitting there. Richie's sitting there on Friends and Family, and it's Art Basel down there, bro. It will take you 30 minutes to pick somebody up to go 10 minutes away. So unless you're running Lux Black and Lux Black XL, you don't want to be down there. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying?
And I might take a trip over to like Houston.
Now,
some guy, Andrew, that I talk to every once in a while. Andrew, I don't know if you're in here. I think it was you that actually invited me to go to Houston. That said that Lux and XL Black is really good over there. Was it Andrew? I don't know. I speak to so many people. See, look at my trips. $60 if I complete 60 trips.
$1 more a ride, huh? So
they're gonna give you 4 quarters. They're gonna give you a stack of quarters for every ride you finish. Here you go.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
You can go do laundry with every ride. You can go dry your clothes. Every ride.
Hey, Steven, by the way,
you can't even do that.
Oh, there you go. Okay, you're on. This guy, EV Ubers, I came across him. He was in the channel last week, and I went and I subbed to your channel. I really want to talk to you. I want to bring him on the show if we can next week, if he's up for it. Because if you guys go check out his channel, and it's exactly that, EV Ubers. He's a new YouTuber. He's a new YouTuber, right? But damn, I mean, I'm seeing 3,500.
This dude
4,000, and I don't think somebody would take. I don't think somebody would take that much effort to try to Photoshop some craziness like that when he's showing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks worth of receipts on EV Ubers.
Nuts.
So y'all need to check out his channel. EV Ubers, you sent me an email. I'm gonna reach out to you this week. And so we can get you on. I want to find out. But my question is, where do you drive? I want to know what your market is.
I want to know what he drives the Tesla, the market, what he's driving, and the hours.
Hold on, one at a time.
Details, baby, details.
Got to know the market because Eddie's coming.
Yeah.
When he gets,
I want to know. I'm always up for new strategies. I listen to other people. Someone said stay in the queue because I'm going to get rides. I stayed in the queue. I didn't get no rides.
Right. Because he's gonna go see Steven in LA, pick up the Model Y. Then he's gonna go sleep on Brandon's couch with the view. suck Chicago out of all its money, and then he's coming to your market to have a Starbucks coffee.
Yeah.
So,
Man, okay,
and
that's
Gary
funny.
St. Martin, how you doing, Gary? Nice to see you. Welcome to the channel. So, state of the apps, bro. Everybody, let's take a few seconds. Tell me what do you think of the overall state of the apps? Are they in good shape or are they in bad shape? Now, I'm talking about the apps, considering drivers, market,
well,
market share.
what
Go
I
ahead.
what I'm gonna say is that I don't know if you watched my last video. I was averaging about like $20 per ride so far this week or something like that. But there's been a lot of sitting around, waking up early in the morning, and now at about 9, 10 o'clock, everything just kind of dies. Like I don't get nothing. And then everything picks right back up at about 3 o'clock. So it looks like I have a couple of hours that I have to give up, and then I have to get back on the road at about 3 o'clock, and then run until about like 8 or 9 p.m. Which it works out pretty good for me as long as I'm making my 300, except for today because
Let
Vinny's
me
fault.
ask you
I have to come to
this:
the live.
are
Vinny's
you
fault.
dropping down at all?
No, I dropped down a lot. Let me see.
Okay.
This week with Uber, so far with Uber, I made 344, and for Lyft, I made 241, and I'm
Yeah,
already
because
3 days in.
I'm actually going to use Chicago's idea because Brandon, because I actually just had Maestro on, and actually I just picked up a ride, so I didn't get to see all the information for it, but definitely in LA, it seems like a lot of the surge zones that used to be there are non-existent, and then also I don't know if it's always been this way for the not the quests, the streaks, if they always started in specific locations, because I thought my streaks before they would start wherever I was at, and
Yeah.
now it seems like it's only giving me streak zones to start them in specific locations, even though it's better than Uber, where it does, after I get that first ride I can just drive wherever and I can still continue the streak.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that
Remember
down
last
here.
time when we had Sergio, on, and there was one thing that he talked about, and he said that they can't, they just don't make enough, with the with what's going on, how they make money and all that stuff. Well, how they don't make any money. Um, it is because how they have the whole entire system set up, and what was it that Sergio said? It's like these are glitches that happen on the app, but they don't
Mhm,
know that it's happening until the rides start being declined.
mhm.
Um, and that's I've been doing some declinings right now with this
Yeah,
with my luxury rides, with my Uber, and my blacks, with my Luxus and stuff.
yeah.
But man, now I got some questions for Sergio, because there are these glitches on the app that it does, but I watched some of his stuff on his channel, and I'm finding out that these are issues that apps are having, or Uber at least is having with these glitches and stuff, and the company can't seem to be profitable.
I
So
got screwed yesterday because
yeah.
I had I was waiting at the Burbank airport, which normally it's not beneficial, but I did that on Monday and was able to get a $50 ride to LA from Burbank. And then from there was an event over at like the SoFi Stadium and such, so I was able to pick up a ride there. I came back, so I got the bonus zone, which gave me $11, plus I had a $9 streak that I needed one more ride for. And by the time I got back there was no more people at SoFi Stadium. So I'm like, okay, let me drive over to the charging station, or let me drive back to the valley where I live. And I took it all the way to Lyft rides. Didn't get anything. Right as I'm about to turn into the alleyway that leads to the parking structure, I get a ride, and it's from the other side of Los Angeles to Pasadena, which was going to be a 45-minute ride. This is like 12 plus, 12 midnight, 1 o'clock. I'm like, there's no way I'm not doing the ride. The
They
distance
set
isn't the
you up.
problem. Yeah, exactly. It was all, I was like, so you took my $9, you took my $11 bonus, all to give me, and you knew that you were going to do this. That's why you gave me this garbage ride. Now normally, like I'm
But see, I'm gonna
hanging
tell you a
around.
trick because it irritates me when Lyft do that shit to people because they do that all the time. I'm gonna tell you a trick. Now, when I got a surge and I got a bonus and I got all this, anybody who's on the video, you're about to hear something real cool. Delete this shit when it's done, Vinny. But when they send you a
say,
ride, hey,
uh-huh.
I'm gonna tell you because I'm tired of when they do people like this, man. It's ridiculous. What they do me like that. When they send you a ride,
You give it them extra frown lines.
and you don't want it.
Hold on, Jeff. Hold that thought for a minute. Hold on.
Let's hear it. He knows what I'm about to say because people need to know this.
No. I'm getting my goodies for the headache you about to cause me.
No, he says the headache you about to cause. I'm gonna tell you, I'm getting this. So when you get a ride and you want to save your surge and your bonus, and you want to save everything, and you know because they'll send you something that's 19 minutes away. I'll go to my phone. I'll hit the 3 dots on my phone to open up all the apps that I got running, and I'll swipe up and I'll close Lyft. And you wait a couple of seconds, and you open Lyft back up. You got your bonus, and you still need that last ride.
Interesting. I know about it, but I wasn't gonna put it out there like that.
Because what it is, it looks like your phone dropped, and the app says, "Oh man, this guy's phone dropped." Didn't give him a chance to accept it. Then you still need your last ride. And you still sit on your bonus. And I hate when they do that because they know what they're doing. Since they want to play us, I play back. You tell me what the rules are. I'm a finagle. And they'll sit there and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you need another ride for your bonus, right? Yeah, we're gonna send you 19 miles that way to pick up a 4-mile ride." And I'll see
you know that's a chess tactic.
I'll swipe up, I'll sit for a couple of seconds, and I'll open it back up. It's like I never got that request.
You know that's a chess tactic, right?
Listen, on this channel, we play
when
chess,
you know all
checkers.
the people that understand the rules best are the best at the game. When you understand the rules best,
tell me what the rules are.
We already know there's only a set amount of moves that you can make. But if you know the rules best, you can take advantage and you will outperform anyone else that won't take the time to learn.
That other person has to play by the same set of rules.
Maybe
know what they're going to do. They got to play by the rules too.
Maybe that's
so
why
I know the probability of what you're going to do because you have to stay within the confines of those rules.
Yes.
And because you have to stay within the confines of those rules, I know what to do.
But people will limit
themselves. What you're about to do.
Because people don't understand the rules, they limit themselves. If you understand the rules, you know what you can and can't do that won't break the system. Yeah.
Yep. It's people that don't know the rules and they act on instinct. They're going to move into a realm that the person that knows the rules says, "Hey, since you did that, I can counter you." It's like
that was Vinny.
So it is true that there is an AI on the Uber and Lyft both are AIs, and they throw you rides depending on how long you're on the road, right?
Have you ever
ride based on profitability, man?
Hold on. Wait a minute. Have you ever sent a help ticket into Lyft or Uber? Just answer that. Have you ever had to message them through the app? Send them a text.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your first 4 or 5 return messages are not generated by people. It's generated by a computer.
Oh yeah, well, I was talking about the algorithm that they gave you and stuff because I always thought that was just something. No. Because when I used to do my strategies,
okay, I'll be right back.
It looks like the confusion came when I all of a sudden I stopped doing rides and I went straight to deliveries. And then all of a sudden I just went back to rides.
You went to a different system. You went to another part of their system.
Yeah.
Because when I do Uber Eats, it's different from when I'm doing Uber. I can tell by how the stuff is coming through.
Correct. And then when it's really busy, and I know there's rides out there, I don't do X. I just do the higher tiers, on the Tesla. And that's what I was doing. But because people had no choice, and that's why my harvesting strategy came in. It was because, if it's surging at like 4:00 in the morning and the surges are $10+, all right, well, that's because there's no drivers out on the road. So people are going to pay whatever they're going to have to pay because they have to go to work or they're going to miss the flight, That's the way I was thinking of it every time I was doing it. And it worked, worked like a charm every single time. Every single time. I did so many videos on the harvesting.
Well, Steven, Ed from Bro Kids TV, he's one of your guys out there. I don't know if you acknowledged him while I was gone. If you did,
I just did. Yep.
My apologies. That's what happens when That's
But
what
yeah,
happens when
look,
Jeff gives me a headache.
I was looking at the article from Uber, and yes, they've been losing about $1 billion a
Man, these
year.
apps is on us, man. It's like being Neo in the Matrix. We gotta fight
Yes.
these agents, man.
Well, you know,
I tell everybody, go home and watch the Matrix tonight. Uber and Lyft they're the Matrix. And we gotta figure this out, man, because they sitting there playing games with our money every day.
It's matrix within a matrix. That's what it is. Matrix within a matrix.
Exactly.
You got multiple matrices that we're dealing with.
Oh yeah.
That's why they're saying people are getting red pilled on a bunch of different things.
We're not talking politics. Like, no politics. No politics.
It's not politics.
No,
it has nothing to do with politics. Red pill is all about break. Yeah, I don't do politics.
Yeah.
Okay. Red pill is all about really. Yeah, I don't do politics. Red pill is like all that, about like learning truths.
Gave you the choice between the red pill and the blue pill.
Yeah, and Neo said it best. He's like, I can't go back, can I? He wasn't ready to be released from this world where he thought that this is how everything plays and this is all the rules. No, and then he wakes up to this whole new reality, and that's why Morpheus tells him, you know what? I have to apologize to you. We usually don't release minds at a certain age because you just can't accept. You know, they won't accept it. They'll fight it.
They ain't ready for it. They're not ready for the truth, man.
Yeah.
And that's
by the way,
Steve,
Dave is out there by
Melvin,
you too.
Stop playing with our money. Damn right. Damn right.
So, man,
I'm up in the San Fernando Valley area.
Sure. Give me a spinning top and start spinning it. Be like, okay, cool. I'm not dreaming. That was Inception right there.
So the question becomes, because the other day I talked to Jeff, and this is why I bring up state of the apps. The other day I went and read the third quarter report from Uber. Like, remember, Jeff, I think in the group chat, I was like, man, I'm going down this rabbit hole. And it was a damn rabbit hole. And so the more I go down there was two things that stuck out to me in their third quarter report. Right now, we're talking about their stock prices, but their stock prices has a direct effect on drivers, because if they ain't making no money, if they're losing their ass, they ain't gonna give us no more money. They're gonna find more ways to screw us up. I mean, we got to be honest about it.
Well, correct, because they got to satisfy the shareholders.
Yeah, it's a business, right? And ever since they gone public, that's when everything kind of hit the fan. So the first thing was their quarterly reports were unaudited, and I thought, Jeff, that would they were spitting out numbers without them being audited. I don't know how they do all that. I'm sure somebody a solid CPA goes over their stuff before they put it out. You know, there's always three sets of books in business, yo. There's the ones that go to the accountant, the ones that go to the IRS, and then the ones nobody knows about other than the CEO and the CFO, right? Exactly. And that's just always the way it is, right? So that was the first thing. The second thing that struck me out was it clearly states in their third quarter or their quarter four forecast. This is the statement that they tell their shareholders on these phone calls, and they say, we are going to remove driver incentives. It's clear as day that they were going to be cutting back. They knew they were going to be cutting
on
back.
Purpose. Yep.
Now you bring in the state of the economy, right? And today was some good news. Wait till I show y'all. Well, Jeff, I already showed you. I don't think Eddie saw it yet, because if Eddie would have saw it, his hair wouldn't be all nice and Austin over. It would be standing up like this. Because Eddie must not have seen the option contract that I got in at the end of the day. That's gonna like just absolutely.
Listen, I heard about it.
Crazy.
All I did was look at the picture.
Anyway,
I didn't even bother looking at the chart.
Yeah. So the point being is, all of these factors, they affect us. They affect the companies. So, you know, I saw somebody put out a video the other day that said, hey, you know, it looks like Lyft is going to go away, right? They're going to go away. I you know, listen, I got to say this. I don't have an issue with the professor. And Lamont, I haven't seen his video yet. And I rightfully don't give a shit. My issue there with some of his videos are good. Some of them I don't care for. They're clickbait. Anyway, he said Lyft's going to go away. I kind of think Lyft, in the end, if they get through their money problems, and they do have money problems, because they're, like Sergio said, they're already calling on a $400 million credit to strengthen their cash flow. I think Lyft's going to win the rideshare game, and I think Uber's going to become the travel agency on an app, is, you know, Uber's game plan. But where does that leave us? Well, right now, Steven, you, Ed, Dave, Melvin, I'm not sure where you're from, but welcome to the channel, my friend. You guys are starting to get the autonomous cars. Level 4 autonomous cars are out there by you now. The ones they've been running in Vegas, Lyft, the driverless cars are now coming to LA. This ain't going to take that long, man. I keep telling people it ain't going to take that long.
Ton of Waymo out here. Ton of Waymo.
It ain't going to take that long.
But as long as you own like a Tesla or a vehicle that has some type of autonomicity, I guess, in it.
Autonomous. Yeah, it's an autonomous, right? Yeah.
You can just throw the car out there to work. Because I bet you Lyft and Uber are not going to want to be buying all these cars because they can't buy all the cars to pick up everybody, let alone how slow they're going to drive when people are in a rush to get to work or to catch that flight. So the only people they can depend on to do that is us because, we can get them there a lot faster.
Well, see now, so that brings up two things. Number one, and again, this is the tinfoil hat theory. Tesla is not going to get in a bed with Uber. If anything, tinfoil hat. Y'all give a thumbs up and a like on this video because I'm about to drop this tinfoil hat on you again. Tesla, first, Tesla, if they were going to go that route, they'll buy Lyft out. And if you don't think Elon Musk can afford Lyft, you don't know Elon Musk.
Exactly.
Elon Musk will buy Lyft because that data that data is specific to what he wants to do with his robo-taxi with the Teslas. He doesn't need Uber Eats. He doesn't need Uber Connect. He doesn't need all of that crap. He doesn't want all that.
I just wonder what the type of people that are going to be working if he does buy it that he's going to fire.
He ain't firing me. Shit. You're going to be like, man, I like that Jeff dude. He don't give a shit.
Look, a lot of jobs around right now are trimming the fat, and we're going to see a lot more of that at the close of Christmas, going into the next year when a bunch of these companies report lower than expected earnings, which a lot of them have, way more debt than they've been admitting, and companies that are like stacked on top of each other like a card house. Some of the businesses down at the bottom are going to fall apart, which is going to completely destroy some of these other businesses. So people that see, you can either be proactive and trim the fat before the business falls apart, or you can be passive and then the individuals can't even get a severance package and they're looking for a job. So I can't fault what's going on, especially with, we already know Twitter's been losing money like crazy. I can't fault him for firing people that aren't providing anything to the business.
75% of them people got told go home. And what happened? You can
still tweet.
Not only can you still tweet, you're tweeting faster.
Exactly.
And they're getting rid of the. They're getting rid of all the people with all the fake accounts.
Right. Yeah. Once he signed the deal, I jumped back on Twitter. I was on Twitter for a while.
I haven't opened my account yet. Right. But I'm doing it. I'm opening my account.
When he first said he was going to buy the company, I started paying for Uber, for Tesla, for Twitter Blue. Yeah, I started paying for Twitter Blue.
I haven't done it yet because I've got it's a new account, so I got
But then
we got to know how to use Twitter.
But then he backed out. And when he was going to back out, as soon as I heard that, I canceled it because I supported him owning the business only because I believed that he was going to make it. One, he's going to make it profitable. Two, I felt like he was going to make it a social platform that was going to usurp some of this platform, as well as other platforms. Because I honestly believe the F book and honestly this platform, I think its days are numbered.
Well, I'll say this. This is why I go back to saying what I'm saying, right? Elon wants to create the ultimate platform. He's trying to take what China did with WeChat and bring that to the rest of the world. We know this. He's trying to create the super app, right? And this brings us back to why I think if Lyft is going to go out, if Lyft is going to be in that much trouble, I see Elon throwing on the cape and coming and getting it and taking all that data and throwing that data into his robo-taxi app, whatever he's going to call it, Tesla, Lyft, whatever he's going to call it. That's where I see that going. That's why I've
Could
been
be.
stacking up.
Could be.
That's why I've been stacking up. Look, Lyft shares right now are under $11. Well, now it's over $11, but it's been trading under $10. So I've been picking up two or three shares a week, 3 or 4 shares a week, 5 shares a week, so that when
buy low and let it
and,
rise
I
up.
mean,
Yep.
listen, it's a gamble, but it's a gamble I'm willing to take because Lyft as a data collection and ride service is valuable. Just because they can't manage their money doesn't mean the company ain't valuable. So that's where I think with that. And then the last thing go ahead.
I think of where a lot of these apps messed up was when they first started out, they were trying to be rideshare. And now they're kind of seeing that the value wasn't really in rideshare, but in the data collection.
Right.
And so that's why, and early, everybody was making all these big checks a long time ago. All these earlier drivers was making all of this money because they were really trying to be a rideshare company and taking care of drivers. They don't care about drivers now. They care about the data they're getting from customers. They don't care about the drivers. So all of this arguing and fighting and bickering and is not going to make a difference. All they want is data from the customer. The driver is the driver. They're looking for data. They could care less about rideshare. And that's where I think the fork in the road happened. And that's where profitability started dropping. And now they want to sell all this data to somebody. They're like, who can we sell all this information to? We got all this information that's profitable. That's where we want our money. Where can we sell this stuff?
Let's see what happens because Uber and that's really suffering. This inflation is going to get really bad. Let alone next year, with the food shortage right now. Given that we're depending, we buy stuff from other countries.
People aren't even talking about the food shortage, which is amazing.
But by the way, I got 3 months of food in my apartment.
Yes.
I got
anybody. I'm not telling anybody what to do with their lifestyle, but you can check out the 99-cent store and grab canned food. Some of this stuff will last a year.
Like the 150-cent store.
Eddie has. I forget which place he gets it from. Because I snuck it out. I snuck it out of his video. Yeah, I snuck it out of his video.
The issue with the My Patriot, the issue though, just with the My Patriot, if you can afford it, cool. But if you can't, there's other ways to get emergency foods that will last a very long time. That's why I'm saying if you think places like the 99-cent store, they've got tons of different canned foods, sardines, stuff like that, canned chicken, and you'll be surprised. The canned chicken is very good.
Tuna fish.
But I
want to bring this back in. I want to bring this back in though, because Eddie was starting to get into a point about something with Uber, with the markets and the way everything's going to kind of drop down on us. And you guys started talking about it before we went live, and I asked you to hold up because I wanted it on the live stream. Was the types of rides that are available. Jeff, you had an issue where day after Thanksgiving, it just went south on you, right? Your market dried up. The XL and up platforms. Listen, we had Black Friday and Cyber Monday supposedly were record numbers of people went shopping. Supposedly, right? That's the news they're putting out. But if people got to spend all their money
fake news
on their everyday thing, but if they got to spend all their money on everyday things like gas, groceries, rent, yada, 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 right? Even Fed Powell today said, listen, Powell said it today. Rents are going to continue to go up through 2025, right? It's a real thing.
Yep.
If all that's happening, what do you think happens? Riders ain't going to be taking the better rides. They're not going to be looking at XL or Lux Black, except for the really, really wealthy people. And how many of those rides actually come through? So if they're going to be using,
and that's only weekends. That's it. That's only weekends. They don't do that during the week.
Maybe they might start driving themselves because they got the cars sitting right there. Usually you pull up and it's an Escalade or a Model X or a Lambo. I live in South Florida, so it could be a Lambo.
I'll be like, damn, I got a lot of cars over here.
Dude. Down here we have separate garage doors for golf carts. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that. Seen that. You can have two cars.
I live next to Hollywood, and I don't see that.
Back there. My golf cart is right there.
I
don't have a separate garage for my golf cart.
Dude, it is a 2-car garage or a 3-car garage, big old door, and then right up to the side of it, you got a half a garage, and that's where the golf cart goes.
Man, I'm trying to build
me a golf cart. Dog house with an elevator.
My whole garage.
I swear to God, next time I'm in the neighborhoods, bro, and there's a lot of them, I'll take a picture. You
They
buy the
got
house,
too
you get a
much
golf
money.
court with it. But
That's
as EV
money.
Ubers just said, this is where it's at. UberX
Yes.
is going to be
Yeah,
king. If you're going to be a
That's what I was
full-time
saying
driver,
before we started the stream.
yeah.
I believe that there's going to be a lot of people that can't afford vehicles coming up. And there's going to be people trying to get out of their vehicles, which is another reason why, if you're patient, you can get some really good deals coming up here soon. Because I honestly believe that the Lyft and standard Uber, they're both going to be rides that are going to be prevalent everywhere, because people, they still need to get around, but they won't want the overhead of owning their own vehicle. And if insurance rates keep going up like they're going, people aren't going to want to pay that. So,
Yep.
and with this
Oh, we lost him.
Oh, no, we're
He'll
losing
be
you.
back in a minute. We'll be back in a minute. But like I was talking with Eddie, I mean, for about oh, we got another Ron.
He's
We got
Ron
another
number 2 out there.
Okay. But at least the face is good. It's not like Ron was showing us the forehead,
Yep.
you know.
Oh, I was jamming on UberX when Lux was kind of moving slow. I started jamming on UberX, man. I did UberX. I was making like what, $35 an hour, and I wasn't even doing it that hard, man. It was just easy. It was like shooting fish in a barrel.
I was thinking about stepping down into UberX, man, but it's just
I use it for filler though, man. Because when Lux
Not
is
with the
slow,
truck.
I got Uber running at the
it's
same
the
time.
truck.
It's some pretty
It's the
good
truck.
rides,
You know,
man.
I
It's some
think I
pretty
get
good
19.
rides.
I'm getting like 19 miles to the gallon average right now.
That's it. Oh, you don't do a lot of highway though, do you? I'm at 23 and a half, 24.
Correct. Yeah. Everything is usually short and close. You know, long trips are usually pretty good, and I usually take them because they're like $40. You know,
Yeah.
and it goes like 20 minutes up the road.
If your quests were up there back where they used to be, the $200, $300, $400 on the quest, I could see it.
Yeah, correct. Now I'll be thinking about it with Lyft, because Lyft has been giving me good. I have a $255 challenge for 105 rides.
I don't ever get challenges, bro. Lyft don't like
which
Yeah.
that's Eddie's fault.
It's not bad.
See, the upfront fares, it's tricky because I'm getting these offers sometimes, and it'll be like $18. By the time I calculate it, somebody's already grabbed it. I mean, it's quick. So you can't be driving and trying to do upfront at the same time. You have to physically be stopped and ready. Because if you drive and you hear a ping and you try to look over and you say, okay, and by the time you look back, it says rider has accepted the offer or something.
You're right.
Like another driver
on the
took
trip
his
radar.
offer. I'll be like, damn, that was quick.
Well, you know what? Sergio came up with a thing I listened to. I listened to the Rideshare guys last night, and I had to listen to the replay. And you know what? He came up with a hell of an idea, bro, for ex drivers. I don't know anybody out here, if you guys follow the Rideshare guys on Tuesday night, Show Me the Money Club. They're pretty good. He said, listen, once you take a ride, swipe up on the app and kill your next request. In other words, if you're on Lyft,
I do that all the time. Yeah.
Don't do your next request. And if you're on Uber, hit no more ride requests. And then once you get where you're going 30 seconds before, then you can turn it back on so you don't get hammered with all that trip radar crap, or you get some garbage rides thrown into your queue. And then when you know what happens, right, on Lyft especially, if you get another ride stacked in your queue, oh, sugar, look who showed up, Eddie. Look who showed up. But let me finish the thought. Let me finish the thought. On Lyft, if you get another ride stacked into your queue, you end the trip you're on. Now you're seeing the ride, right? If you don't want that ride and you cancel it, it hurts you. It hurts your cancellation percentage. You got to remove that ride before you end the ride you're on, and then it doesn't hurt you. So I thought that was a really good tip by Sergio.
Lyft gives you a 15-minute window to go back online before you use your quest. So what you do is, if you're driving, wait until you're less than 15 minutes away from where you got to be. When you're down to, like, let's say 10 minutes where you got to be, turn it off. Like, go to last ride. And you have 5 minutes left to get back online after you drop them off, and you don't lose your streak or whatever. But if you if you turn it off now and you start driving, you're going to lose your streak if it's longer than a 15-minute drive. You got to wait it out. You got to be like, come on, man, let me get all the way down to about 10 minutes till I drop them off.
So if I'm gonna
I don't think the 15-minute timer starts until you end that ride. So if you go on the last ride mode, it'll actually, at least from what I've seen, the 15-minute timer doesn't start until you end a trip.
Until you actually physically go offline.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Okay,
haven't done that yet, but I
Lamont
always turn it
says,
up. I'll wait till I'm like 10 minutes away. I'll try it on like a little cheat streak to see what happens. I'll turn it off when I got like a 20-minute drive, and I'll see if it gives it to me.
now see, I remember Lamont because he's up in Delaware, and he says
Yeah.
listen, Lamont, I agree. Upfront fares can be good on those short trips, and you can bang them out all day. And I know Eddie, before he bought
He
the
got
Cadillac,
politicians up there.
yeah, but Eddie, before he bought the Cadillac, was doing Uber Comfort and Uber Premier, and he was doing good money. He was sitting a little more, and then he would drop down to take X when it got slow, or do the food deliveries when it got slow. So Lamont, you're spot on. No,
What is
I'm
that?
not saying
936.
No,
we're not
that's
saying it's good
that's
or
me
bad.
doing Uber X rides in a Porsche.
What.
I hate you right now.
So
Somebody's doing
what?
Uber X rides in the Porsche.
I got some. If Vinny, if you can give me like 10 minutes when you get a chance, I'll talk about
Yeah,
what I'm
10
doing right now.
minutes. You gotta.
No, this is a 1 minute deal, bro. Go for it.
Okay,
Go for
fine.
it. Go
fine,
for it.
5 minutes. I need 5 minutes.
60
All right,
seconds.
so there's this app called Para, and basically it'll allow you to connect all your rideshare and driver things. And what I like about it is that it gives you the ability to do auto decline based off of well, I'm not going to show you, but it gives you an auto decline based on the minimum amount you want per ride, the minimum amount per mile, and the minimum amount per hour. So for me, my thresholds is minimum $12 per trip, minimum amount of $2 per mile, and a minimum amount of $65 per hour. So if it, which is very, very high for Uber X and Comfort, but after about 90, I usually get about maybe 2 to 3 pings an hour where I actually get rides that meet all those criterias.
Spell it. Spell the app out.
Para.
Para, yeah. The rideshare guy talked about it a few times. It's
they had the developer on.
Yeah,
they actually had the developer on the
show. So like and you know how you do Uber X and like you just get ride requests nonstop back to back. Well, with this app, the auto decline thing, you don't even have to look at it. All you have to do is just leave the app on, and then it'll again
you just leave upfront fares.
Yeah, it does. It does work upfront fares. So it does all the math for you. So it'll say like if a ride doesn't meet your criteria, it'll be like ride auto decline because it didn't meet your minimum hourly requirement of 65. Let's say that it had a minimum hourly of 55. It declined it because the 55 is below 65. So you know, there's a lot of shit rides, but then once in a while there's a golden goose.
With how I drive, like I'll show some of my rides sometimes out here when I get them from the good areas. I'll get a $21 ride with a $40 tip in the good areas. Because some of my rides, it depends on where it's originating from. If I get rides originating like downtown Phoenix after a game, I'm getting a $30 tip, $40 tip. If I get it like up in Fountain Hills, $30 tip.
I can't ever put myself.
Does it show up as you decline a ride on your platform?
Yeah. So like, I'll show you.
I couldn't use that because I take rides based on where they're originating.
But I'm getting
and
right
you can,
now.
You can kick a ride out and it's a $40 tipper and you kicking that ride out because they don't show how much they're going to tip. It'll say originating downtown, Phoenix after the game, but because it doesn't reach your per hour, it's going to kick it out. But that person's going to tip you like $40.
Like you can't. I don't know. Maybe it's different in Phoenix, but I don't like to base my decisions on if I'm going to get a tip or not. I look at the data I'm given. You see, like right here.
Shit, tips are my bread and butter, man.
I know.
11 minutes.
So like it
1.8 mile.
Yeah, it's paying $3.35 a mile, but it's only paying $6.10. My minimum for a ride is $12. So auto decline it. And it says right here, order payout $6.10 is under the minimum amount of $12. So it declined that ride. So that's that. I've been doing that today, and I've done six rides on 7 rides on Uber today, and I'm averaging $20 a ride.
Okay.
Damn, that's good.
And then on Lyft I had nothing but black on, and I got 5 black rides during the McCormick era, so I got another 100 off that, and then I got like another 60 off of tips, and I had one ride that gave me like $30 to take them back. So, you know,
Well, Brandon,
for like 9 hours, I made like $300 today.
yeah, you can't beat that, bro. By the way, Brandon, that's Steven. Steven, that's Brandon. Steven,
Hey.
I like the setup. You're hanging in there right now with Eddie. You guys got the discotheques. I'm waiting on the.
Oh, let me turn on. Oh,
No, I'm waiting
Like
on that.
this ride,
And then
that was like a $7 ride, but it was like a $10 tip on it right there because I was downtown. Like I get rides like that all the time downtown. Like they're little $7 rides, but it's like $10, and the ride was actually 0.96 of a mile. So I got $17 for less than a mile, but that's downtown though. 6 minutes. So what I do is I say, where is this from? Oh, it's right down there. I'll go get it. They ain't going nowhere. People just don't want to drive. So I'll go downtown, pick them up at a bar, take them to their little condo around the corner. They'll give me $10 plus the 7, and it's like not even a mile. I do that all night. I see that Circle K and just pick rides all night like that. But
well, I know.
Like I said, so Para would kick that out. They said, "Oh, it's below your threshold." They'll kick it out. That's $17 mile. You gonna kick that out? Come on, man.
You can't. Yeah, it's $17 for a mile, but you can't see that tip until after the trip is over. So you're basing your.
I know it because I know my market. I've been driving here for 3 years. Para bases it off of an algorithm, and I get it. I think Para would be good for somebody who don't know the market. Like if I went to LA and I don't know LA's market, I will use Para the whole time because I don't know LA. Or if I went to Colorado, I'll use the whole time because I don't know Colorado. But for my market, Para don't know my market. They base it off of algorithms and calculations. I base it off of the people I'm picking up.
I know Chicago, and I was around McCormick Conference Center all day. I did 5 Lux Black rides, and only 2 of them tipped. And I'm driving a Porsche, so like I'm in the right area.
Yeah, but you know what? With the tips,
maybe people don't like Porsches.
No. But it's like what we were just talking about, right? People ain't got no money, man. They ain't got no money.
I'm picking up doctors and physicians who
a lot of people trying to flex on a budget.
Put the ride on their company card, so they're not even paying for it.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing.
And I get a lot of that in LA.
Yeah, they don't tip on company money. They can't tip like that. That's why I got them QR codes in my car because they don't tip on company stuff. They got a QR code that.
Yeah.
Most of I get a lot of people in my car that say that they got the rides because somebody in their business or somebody that they're having a meeting with is paying for it.
Y'all hear
that microphone? That makes sense. Have the QR codes right there.
Hold on. Y'all hear how clear and professional that microphone sounds over there?
Is it pretty good,
Steven? You sound like, hey, what? Goddamn, what the hell's the name of that?
Brandon, what you got on back of it? You got the QR codes on back?
Oh, nice.
There they go.
There you go,
There's
baby.
My dog.
You go, baby.
Affiliate
in the game, baby.
He's got the the Uber Jeep AZ.
That's clean.
If you guys don't know about the tip card,
when Sandra doesn't cut it, call me.
Hold on. If you guys don't know about the tip cards, all right, Jeff's got a really good video on it. I tried to do a decent little video on it, but Jeff slapped me around, so it wasn't as good. And then when I told him it was Eddie's fault, he said, "Quit making excuses." But we all got tip card videos, and you guys need to go check those videos out because what Brandon just showed you is the quickest way to cut. It's like cutting out the app, and you make sure you get all your tips.
Yep.
All right.
And
so that brings
hand everybody your card on the way out because sometimes like people will drop something in my car and they'll call me right after. They'll be like, "Hey man, I just dropped something in your car. I'm so glad you gave me your car." I'll hear him do a U-turn, come back. They'll give me $5 right on the spot right there just for coming back real quick. They do it all the time.
So this is going to bring me into my third topic that I had for tonight. And then we're going to get into what Eddie and Steven are they are concerned about it, and I think it's a good topic.
Real quick, I want to answer
Transparency.
Dave's question. Yeah, I'm aware of the rebate.
Swipe the credit
Unfortunately,
card.
you have to buy a new car, either the 2022 still new, or you have to buy the 2023. And the 2022s that they use for as test drivers, those still count as new vehicles. To answer your question.
Okay, good stuff. I didn't know that.
But hold on,
Transparency.
2022 still count as new vehicles?
They still count as new vehicles as long as they're purchased from Tesla, the ones that they were using as tester vehicles, like as to give people test drives.
Okay.
Those aren't counted as registered for the first time, so they count as
Right.
new.
Well, that'd be like a loaner car.
And
Same
you get
thing
a
with
huge
loaners.
discount on those vehicles.
Yeah, it's just like a loaner vehicle. It's never really been
I
tagged.
want
They
it.
throw a
Yes.
dealer tag on it, and you go out. You can buy those all day long. Same deal. Transparency. We noticed that lately one of the problems drivers had is they're finding out exactly how much money they're asking their riders, how much money they're paying for the trips. But
Yeah.
we've got no real way of finding out how much the riders are paying anymore. And that was supposed to be
Yeah.
part of the TOS, right? We know Lyft just put out emails. There's a new TOS that I read through it yesterday. I can't find out what they changed. I think it's just the annual arbitration clause, to be honest. But I'm no attorney, so I don't know all the fine print that they're hiding on.
Y'all better start withdrawing your money every day.
If hey, you ain't lying. Y'all know what happened to the DoorDash dude, right? DoorDash, they kept his money. $1,700
That's
or
fucking
something.
crazy.
$1,700.
He
they
still
kept
ain't
his
got
money.
it back. He
It's
still ain't got
insane.
it back.
Insane.
Dude, 1,700 is a lot. That's a lot. That's a hit. All
Dara,
the
when
gas,
it
the
cuts-
time, the effort. Nah.
I haven't heard this
1,700
yet.
me and DoorDash. I'll be at DoorDash headquarters every day for my 1,700.
Right.
That's completely
Yeah, well-
illegal. I would definitely
No,
hire a
that's
good lawyer.
lawyer time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So-
Oh yeah.
Timothy loves Para. I use it all day long to sort out the rides. Decline garbage and know your worth. I know that was that's Sergio and Chris's new hashtag.
Sergio.
I don't.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
this is the
really
first
don't.
time I heard about this damn app, and everybody's
Para?
been using it for like how long
Hey,
now?
let's stop watching the streaming.
Well, I
Come
felt the
find
same way
love,
about some
man.
of the
Let's do
other
that.
apps.
I love.
Eddie, it only works on rides that give you upfront fares. They don't have the feature to allow you to insert your rate card so that it can do the calculation for you. But I just spoke with one of their reps, and they said that they plan on adding that in the future. So once they do get that added, then we'll be
So I
able
can
to
only use it with Uber.
we'll be able to use.
So it's Para Me?
Yeah, you can use it with Uber right now because it has the upfront fare, and you can use it for standard Lyft. But for like Lux and Lux Black, where it still runs a rate card, it won't work because it's automatically going to assume you're getting paid standard rates. So it's not really optimized for that. But once they add the ability to manually enter in your rate card, that should fix it, and then you'll be able to use it for everything.
What's the full name of that app for Para?
PARA. So Papa Alpha Romeo Alpha.
I got a bunch of Para apps on Google, on Android.
You better open them up and read them.
I see. Okay, so a couple
Don't
of
start
chats.
downloading.
It's
right,
Para gig earners earn more.
Gig
Gig drivers earn more.
Thank
Bam!
you.
There you go, right there.
All right.
Yeah, now I found
All
it
right,
with the
all
gig
y'all
earners.
watching.
Yeah, I was able to find
you
it.
got an opportunity to check a new app out that can help you make some. It's
Yep.
funny. There's 3 apps out there, right? There's Para.
And that app is free.
Maestro.
It says
ridiculous.
2.8
No,
stars.
no, time out. There's no such thing as the app is free. That means they're using your data.
Yeah,
That means, and this is why I don't have, but this is why I never looked into Para. This is why I've never done Maestro. And what's the other one? Maximo. This is why I've never done any of these apps. I know they can help you. But it's bad enough.
Well, Eddie's a good example. You pay for those.
If you're paying for it, hopefully they're not taking your data.
It's 4.3 on
I'm sure
Apple
they're digging
Store.
that too. Yeah, if you're not paying, you're the product.
That's it.
That's fine with me. If it helps me filter out the 99 bad rides and give me
that's
that
what
one
they're
good
hoping
ride,
for.
then I win.
Yeah, but then they have your spam pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. If they want to see me naked,
Eddie and
whatever.
Jeff,
I don't care.
Eddie,
As long as
Eddie
they
and
help me
Jeff
make
ain't
more
paying
money.
attention.
No.
I threw a joke in there and they're not paying attention.
Yeah, Eddie, download it and then I use it because you can
I just
you use
downloaded
it
it.
for
I'm already
different
signed
repairs.
up for it. I'm gonna use it tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm
works
gonna use
great.
it
All right.
tomorrow.
As I said, like I declined like 99 rides before I found one that worked out for me, and I was doing Uber X rides that are paying me more than Lux. Crazy, but
And
it's
it's
true.
a 2.8 star. Everybody else is a 4.5. It's a 2.8. It's mainly people
It-
use it for
it's
DoorDash. I'm reading in the reviews.
it's 2.8 on
It's the
Google, but it's
DoorDash app.
4.3 on Apple.
This is so cool.
Oh.
Okay. Ooh.
I've had
so-
nothing but good experiences with it so far.
So
right,
maybe
so
it's
the
good
next-
with Apple because everybody
This
on
is gonna
Google
be
is saying it
great.
crashes. So I guess Android it crashes all the time.
Well,
Because
it does
everybody's talking about
require
how it
some
crashes,
different programming, so it's not surprising. You're trying to get this app working on multiple devices instead of just programming for one set of software. So it's
Yeah.
understandable.
Dave,
I mean, there's
Dave,
a
I'm
lot
with
of
you, buddy.
crashes on. So I guess for Android, it's probably not as good as it is for Apple. Apple, you guys are probably jamming.
I switched to Apple because Lyft always updates their app on Apple first.
Yeah,
So I was
30%
like-
That's actually a
charge.
lot of apps. They update on Apple first.
I have both.
Crashes,
I've got an
man.
Apple.
A lot of crashes.
I've got an Apple.
So if you got an
and,
Android,
and
think
Apple
about it. If you got an
now.
Apple, download power.
Yep.
Well,
I have one, but I just keep it sitting in here.
all right, so
Everybody talking
the
about you
next
just
thing-
start having a lot of glitches, bugs, and the app is crashing. That's what it says the whole way through the Play Store. Yeah, this is probably not an Android friendly app.
all right, so the next thing I
Somebody
want to
gave
get
it a
into
1
is what
star.
Jeff. The next thing I want to get into is what Eddie and Steven are trying to accomplish, and I don't know if there's any drivers out there that are trying to accomplish this, but Eddie has talked about it in his videos. He's talked about it here. He wants to create his own little mini fleet. His video he put out today, he talks about an idea about putting the truck on Turo and renting it out and going back and getting either renting a Tesla or go ahead and buying one because of that opportunity. And then it just so happens that Steven wants to get into the same thing. So Eddie, why don't you tell everybody that hasn't seen your video real quick what your goal is, and then you and Steven can have that discussion.
so I always explain that ride sharing is just it's a means to an end. You can't do this forever. But it's good money. It's a lot of money. It's good money, and you can use that money and you can throw it somewhere else. So what I have done through this whole entire time was that I wanted to buy another car by the end of the year. That was my goal this year, and I was gonna drive one and then buy another one and take that one and rent it out, just in case I was to get into another accident and wreck my car again. Then I will have a second option, instead of renting another car and coughing up $3,000 every month, and then my income just goes down like this. So to avoid that, then that's what I really wanted to do. So my opportunity arose. Actually, it's already here, and what I'm trying to do is, if things go bad where I'm not making any money, like right now, then I can rent my truck out on Turo, all right, and I can go back to the Tesla rental, all right, and do my Tesla rental. I know I can make $2,000 a week with that thing, all right. And if I buy one, then it'll be even better because I could just I make $2,000 a week, but I keep a lot of the money in my pocket. And again, as you know, Teslas require almost zero maintenance. Tires is the only thing you probably ever need for them. So that's my main goal. I still have the money in there that I could actually use. I don't know if I want to use it because my 2 years are up, and everybody knows that if you want to get a business loan, you need 2 years history. So I have credit on my business. I fixed my own credit. That's how I was able to get the truck. All right. And you need good credit with the business, but you need 2 years. My 2 years are up. So
Okay.
if I was to, let's say, get a car loan under my name, then I'm sorry, if I was to get it under the business name, I might have to personally guarantee it. But if I get another car, my debt to income ratio might be so high that I might not be able to qualify to get the loan for the business because I won't be able to guarantee it because my debt to income is just.
So
really
you're at
low.
a crossroads. You're at a crossroads.
My advice to you with Turo is just
We're looking at
throw your truck on there
And
as
hold up and do the Tesla.
and test it. See how fast it gets rented out. Because I listed my my Audi when I had it for 2 weeks.
There's no XC6. There's no XC6s in my area.
I get it. I get it. But still, just listen. Hear me out. All right. I had my Audi at one point listed at the cheapest Audi Q7 in Chicago, and it's completely murdered out. So there's no competition on that. 2 weeks, not a single hit, not a single interest.
Yeah.
So I looked at other luxury SUVs in my area, and they're only being rented out like maybe once or twice a month for like 2 or 3 days. Mm-hmm. So if I were you, before you go into doing that, throw your truck on there and see and see how many bites you get. If you get a good amount of bites, okay. Your market is good, but if you're not getting any bites, you don't want to incur another source of debt if you can't even it out.
Correct.
Right.
But I have proven.
Hold on one second. I want to give a shout out to Ernest. He just threw us a $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Super chat.
Ernest,
we're gonna at the end of this stream. I don't know how we're gonna do it. I didn't do the random thing. I guess we're gonna have to do it next week. We want to start giving out twice every Wednesday night. We're going to start doing $25, probably straight to your Cash App or your Venmo as a way of saying thank you. It'll be a random draw. We'll start that next week. Twice we'll be doing that. It's just a way of us giving back and saying thank you for you guys showing up. Ernest's question is it worth it to bump up to XL? And if it is, what are some good vehicles?
Depends on your market.
Yeah, I just did a video for my market for vehicles with 7 rows.
Jeff,
for 7 seats.
You see me, Jeff? Jeff, you see me, Jeff? You see me, Jeff?
Vinny called that. Vinny called that.
By the way, if we get I don't know. See, I got the XL in my market, but I also have Houston and Dallas that I can go to, and I hear Houston is really good. So I might take that 3-hour trip to find out how good that market is on the weekends. So it looks like I might be spending, 2 days over in Houston.
If it were me, I've done videos on this and I've talked about this extensively. If I'm going to bump from X to XL, absolutely, your market's got to be able to handle it. But I would go X and XL. I wouldn't be going XL, Lux SUV. We are getting into a completely different economy right now. People, you're going to see some guys. Yeah, I do Lux Black XL all the time. I make $8,000 in a day and yada, yada. Listen, all that's going to be coming to a halt real quick. X and XL,
changing.
Man, you get one of them little Toyota Siennas or Chrysler Pacifica.
The Siennas are high.
Maybe, all right. Well, get a hybrid.
You get a GMC Acadia.
No. Listen, you want something that's going to be extremely fuel efficient. Acadias are not fuel efficient. They're gas
qualified.
2023 Prius.
But you're missing my point here. You don't want to get into Lux. The reason you don't want to get into, I'm telling you, Brandon, listen, my market is suffering right now with Lux Black, Premier SUVs. There are 1 million of them on the road and ain't enough people here in South Florida. The place you're coming to visit here in a couple of months, and you're going to be right here on this you're going to be in this house with me on the next computer, and you're going to tell everybody, I'm moving back to Chicago. South Florida sucks. Okay?
And or you can have a plan B. Always have another plan if things don't work out.
I always got a plan B.
I dusted off my mouth. Go ahead and look at Melvin.
I dusted off my Malibu hybrid and replaced my
that's the market right now, man.
I feel it.
But that's where it's at.
100%. Because I've been testing this last week.
The market's like that right now.
I've been testing this last week on higher tiers, and I had to seriously consider dropping down. Comforts are non-existent right now in this area. Comforts are non-existent in comparison. So you're
in my market, X is paying more than Comfort. That's fucking crazy.
Well, but that's, again, X is paying more because people ain't looking at the Comfort ride. they just automatically go to the X.
I'll
and
answer respond to Dom K. Very worth it, especially if you're driving in the heart of Los Angeles, because with all that stop-start traffic that you have in Los Angeles, your Tesla is going to sit there and sip energy. It's not going to take much at all. So highly recommend having a Tesla here in California.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
truly,
now
even
with
I encourage
the
it.
prices.
So
I-
Ernest, what market do you? No, Ernest is here. Ernest is here in South Florida. I think he said he's up in Jupiter, if I remember correct. I think God, we're getting popular because now I can't remember where people are driving anymore. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So that's what I would do. So the fleet, getting back to the fleet real quick. West Palm, that's right, Ernest. I'm surprised you didn't make your way down to Art Basel. Richie was telling me Art Basel, it was so busy down there. I opened up the apps and there ain't no damn surge down there. The surge is everywhere, but at Art Basel. That's
one more thing to add. XL, his question about XL, you have to seriously consider the maintenance costs that you're going to be taking on with the vehicle that you get. I mean, unless you're planning on getting warranties and everything like that on the car that you buy. When I was buying cars before this car, I've never had a payment on my car. I always bought it out cash. So if you're going to be getting into a car that you're going to be making payments on, and you don't, it's not going to have some kind of really good warranty, you want to be looking at how much is it going to cost to fix in your market. Do you have a good mechanic, or are you savvy? And you can work on your car yourself.
With a lot of times with Jeff's always pointing out good things. And and that's something that that's a whole thing he's doing on his channel. He's got a whole playlist for that. I agree. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If I were going to bump up into an XL, I'd grab me a decent minivan, a 2019, 2020 decent minivan. It's an investment, as Jeff and Eddie and all of us know, right? Mr. Porsche here in Chicago with the $1 million view that can't beat Brickell, though. You'll never beat that Brickell view, homie. You'll never beat the Brickell view. That ain't shit on Brickell. Anyway,
I don't see
it's really nice.
Okay, so
it's really nice.
Show me your view. Show me your view. Huh? Yeah, that's what I thought.
You see it?
Show me your view.
There's my view, buddy. There's my view, buddy. You want to get into views? I'll start sending you some pictures on my views. Okay.
Okay. I'll show you a view from Willis Tower then. What's up,
bro? I got 300 miles of coastline. You can't hang. Because what's going to be on the coast when I'm taking the pictures is going to have you coming to South Florida a whole lot quicker. Okay.
I spent 17 years in South Florida. I know how it is.
I charge. I up the charges as well since I got in my Tesla for private rides. So I mean, you got that benefit as well.
So, but as far as the XL, I want to get his question answered. I'd be looking at a minivan 2019, 2020. That's the best you can do while you can do it. Maybe even a 2018, and something that you're going to be comfortable doing X and XL with. I wouldn't even start looking at the upper platforms. I just wouldn't do it. And if you do decide to go that route and you want to try to get into an upper platform vehicle, wait till after March. Let the new list come out, because again, every year, Lyft and Uber in February, they put out the new list, and there's a whole lot of cars that come off. So just letting you guys know. I hope that answered the question. All right. So Surge is not playing LA. Yeah, Rich.
It's been real bad for me.
Steven's been saying that already.
It has been extremely bad for me this whole week. Since after Thanksgiving, it lit up. The map was insane. About, I want to say, after 7 or 8 o'clock on Thanksgiving, we had $10 surges all over the surge zones all over the place. And ever since that night, the days after, it just started trickling off, and then it just went parabolic downward. And even today, I haven't even looked today, but earlier today. I'm sorry.
That's what all kind of things. Get the bag, get the.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost. It was going Jeff.
Another Mr. Roboto.
I don't know if it's going to focus.
Yeah. See, now you know what? Let me ask you a question, you guys from these other markets. How now here in South Florida with Lyft, I could open up the app at any given time, day or night, and I'm going to see $2 and $3 surges. But when I'm out there, or bonuses, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But when I'm out there and I ride through them, I could go sit in a $3 bonus area and get
nothing.
To me, it's almost like a fake surge. Remember how Uber
mine's
used to throw the
not
fake
even
surge
there;
up?
it disappears.
And the other thing that's annoying, but it kind of makes sense. When I'm driving through an area, I can see it like an arrow splitting through the surge area, and only the area that I'm in, the surge zones are disappearing, and everything around me, like at a huge circle, is surged higher. And
it happens to me all the time, man.
It's to me, it seems like it's worse on Uber. And I mean, it makes sense as more drivers come in, it would start coming down. But it's extremely annoying when I'm right here in this area on Lyft, and it happens slower than on Uber. I'm able to catch some of these areas, but I've even seen the number move over a few blocks.
It does that to me all the time with Uber. When I was doing X, it will be surging, and I'll drop off dead middle of the surge, right? But then the moment I drop my client off, I'm in this little spot where there's no surges, but everywhere around it is surging. And another one is that there'll be nothing on my screen, and I'll be driving, and I'll pick up a $2 surge, but there's nothing showing. I was like, what the hell is going on? And I actually did a video, and I sent it to you guys. Remember? I sent it to you guys, and then all of a sudden, when I picked somebody up, it glitched for a second, and then the surge just popped back up again.
We've been going through that down here forever. I heard Sergio talking about it last night, where when you for like 2-3 years now, and it never stopped for us, right? You go to Harvest. I'm using Eddie words now from his $5 ebook, right? You go to Harvest the surge. You get in there, and as soon as you turn on the app, it's gone. Turn off the app, the surge comes back, right? And Surge and them say, well, it's a glitch. It ain't no damn glitch. They've been doing that. They've been doing that for years. Same thing, like if you're driving, if you got your app on, if you got your app on and you're hauling ass to the surge, as you get closer, it starts going away and going away and going away and going away.
It creeps away.
I mean, what are you gonna do, bro? Christopher Scavato.
Use airplane mode. That's what I say. Turn on airplane mode. Hit that shit.
Yeah. What on my harvesting strategy? What I do is, if it's surging, I'll keep my highest tier on. My Premiere, when I was using the test, I'll keep my Premiere on. And I shut everything off. This way, I'm less likely to get a ride. But if I do, it's going to be a Premiere ride, and then I go through the highest surge. Once I pick up the highest surge, then I work my way down my tiers.
Yeah.
So
and then
I've been using that strategy.
Mr. Scavato says, does anyone know why in Massachusetts Uber doesn't show the price of a ride, but if I go to Connecticut, it shows price mileage for a ride? Maybe it hasn't rolled out in that area yet. There are still a lot of smaller cities that haven't gotten upfront pricing yet. Just like here in our market.
When I drove up to San Jose, I drove up to San Jose to go pick up my car, when I was coming back, most of the area between San Jose and Los Angeles did not have upfront pricing.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of time. It'll get there. Maybe it's just not in your market yet. That'd be the best. EV Ubers, you are correct. Never chase surge. I get it. You are correct.
I've been taught that lesson multiple times.
Wait, hold on. But all right, don't chase surges. But like, if it's like early in the morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning, where everybody's waking up and they gotta go to work or they gotta get on a flight, when it's surging like that, those surges are gonna last for like hours. All right, because it's just not a lot of people on the road, and people need to go.
Or better
in
yet,
that case, yes, chase it.
Or better yet, if you plan out your day, and events and things are going on, you'll be there when it's surging, and then you'll get that surge instead of being 5-6 miles away.
Well, like I said, but like for us down here right now, I'm telling you, now it might be different for regular Lyft Basic and Uber X. Right, because I don't see the Uber X surges unless I drop down to just see if it's busy in an area. Like Ron's been getting great surges on X, but hell, like Mr. Gambit says here, right? Listen, you look at that you add up the mileage, and they're giving you the surge as part of the fare instead of in addition to the fare.
Yep.
So it ain't a goddamn surge. It's not surge.
I just deny. I won't accept.
And that's all you can do. And that's all you can do, man. That's all you can do is what's the thing? Know your worth. Delete the garbage.
Yep.
So I agree with that.
Man,
I agree with
gotta
that.
get rid
30
of
minutes.
Man.
No, I see the surges disappear within minutes. Ubers.
And
TV.
Gary, you 100%, bro. You got to know your market. You got to know when and where.
Yep.
I'm telling you, the video I put out yesterday, I was out 5:30. I left out of the house, right? I sat for 2 hours, had $41 in earnings. What the hell am I staying out for if I'm not getting requests? And I was in a wealthy area. I was in West Boca. Okay. Ain't nothing but some old money out there, bro. Nothing but old money. Parkland. If you
That
don't,
in
if you guys,
Weston.
yeah. Oh, I've tried Weston last week. Weston's a hit or miss too. So it's this is why I'm saying if the wealthy people ain't using it, it's going to be very, very tough on
Definitely.
Lux, Premier
Yeah.
SUV, Lux Black, Lux Black XL. So, and then you got Chicago Lux driver has said he's going to make a video on the Power app. So if you guys, let me get these up here real quick. This is everybody's, all the team
And you're
members.
gonna do Uber X in the Porsche.
Brandon. Look, I'm not like here. I'll show you.
So wait, who was that kid that said that should he upgrade to XL? Yeah, well, according to Brandon, you could get a Porsche. You could do really good.
Oh yeah, Dom. I'm sorry. Yeah, Dom, I hear you. We're trying to avoid.
Well, see, Brandon, you're in a different area. That's why it works for you. I forget you're downtown.
No,
good
like
area.
here, no, you gotta download the app because it will show you. Like it'll show like one ride where it's like a $23 hourly average. It'll show one ride with the $16 hourly average, and then maybe 20 to 30 pings later, you'll see one that's paying 60, 78, or even $90 an hour average. And you're not going to find that unless
is this Power app free?
You can't do the math in time. So let the
is
app do the math for you.
Yeah.
Is Power free?
Yes.
Power's free right now.
You know what, Brandon?
Right?
You know what I'm going to do tomorrow, Brandon? I'm gonna download that app, brother.
Do it.
No way.
And I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it on Saturday because you guys
go down to Uber X.
Random Power Challenge,
listen,
and everybody Monday give us your power numbers.
I won't be driving till Saturday. My son is getting married on Friday.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you. So on the
He
chat,
needs that money.
I'm gonna show, bro. You don't even know. You don't even know.
So you're gonna roll up in a Bentley, right?
Who?
You're gonna roll up. You're gonna run the Bentley.
Listen. My future daughter-in-law has me working on the wedding day, driving all the maids of honors from the Airbnb house in West Palm to
it shouldn't be working. It should be your goddamn honor.
I'm going to be working. I have to work at
it
my
was your
son's
idea
wedding.
for the friends and family.
Yeah.
There was.
You're wrong for that,
man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's all right. That's all right. Eddie's time is coming. I see that young lady every now and then in his videos. She's a little cutie. He's gonna be in trouble. And I don't care how I don't care how many of those those things you got. I don't care how many of them things you got sitting around on your table. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Crap going on like that.
So anyway. Oh man, I like what Mr. Mark is saying. So out in Vegas, I used to go out to Vegas all the time. I almost moved out to Vegas about right before the pause. I was going to go run a pro shop out there, and I had an opportunity to do some other stuff out there, but I just couldn't handle it. I love Vegas. I love the Strip. I got friends out there. It's cool. With the Mr. Mark, with the self-driving Lyft cars out there. Has that bothered you guys? Has that affected you guys out there driving? I'm just curious.
You gotta make all the roads for those cars.
Self-driving cars.
Yeah, the self-driving cars. Let's see if he comes back with it. Dom is like, damn, let me tell you.
Dom, where did you take somebody for 690?
Yeah, I was never around for the multiplier. I was never around for the multiplier.
The multiplier was nice. It was
multiplier
impressive.
was good. Multiplier was good.
It wasn't even fair. Like you end the ride and you see how much money he made. Like
my app glitches sometimes and shows me a multiplier. Instead of showing me
every now and then,
yeah.
Every now and then you'll see the 2x, 3x, 2.8x. Yeah, I agree. Every now and then I see it. I remember we used to do what's the dude? Tony Robbins. So a guy that used to drive with us, man, every year in Boca, he would do Tony Robbins would have like a 5-day event. It'd be during the week. And rides going a mile, mile and a half, $80, $90, $120. And that was on X because we were both X drivers.
That was
That's
X.
when I was that was when I was pushing the Ford and the Hyundai Elantra, bro. Oh my God.
You
a
know,
mile, 2 miles.
and that's
you
when
couldn't
money
get them
was
out of your car
good.
now,
quick enough.
Now
and
you
now,
got
and now
people
thinking
used to
about it,
drive going, boo, boo.
you know, and now you're thinking about it. Now you're thinking about it. All this money that we're actually
Multiplier's
not getting,
gone.
that we actually lost,
Boo,
we
boo.
can actually keep buying Lyft and Uber shares, and then when the market turns around, sell it at a profit.
Well, I'm not buying Uber. I won't buy Uber stock.
Okay,
I think there's a
assuming
lot
the
of
market
garbage.
turns around and or somebody buys them off.
Well, the Lyft
You know,
stock from listen, when Elon buys Lyft, I'm going to be happy as hell. Because if he overpaid that much for Twitter, I can't wait to see what he overpays for Lyft.
This drove 45, mother. Grandma.
well, now you saw that Google was saying that they were going to take Twitter off the App Store, and
Not
bad
Google,
mistake,
Apple. No, and that got
no,
resolved.
I'm
today.
sorry. Well,
Yeah,
if Apple did, then
Elon
the
and
Google
Cook,
will go.
Elon and Cook had a meeting today, and that's supposedly all that's been resolved.
Yeah,
They
because
hugged it
it's
out.
a bad idea.
I think in the long term it would have hurt Apple more. Damn right,
Yeah.
Melvin. I was pimping the Elantra way back, but now I'm in the XT6. I got to teach Eddie how to use it.
You know,
No, I feel your pain because I was driving that
Stop the
Mercedes-Benz
car.
S-Class, and that was terrible.
Don was milking
for
it.
for me driving that car. But buttons everywhere, unnecessary having all those buttons. And
I'm gonna go back.
The writers will mess with some of the stuff like the moonroof, sunroof, the moonroof. They'll open all that stuff up and they'll start because it had lights. It had lights all around the car built in and all that stuff, and they were messing with everything. So it's just not even worth it. All that stuff is just too easy to break. Too easy to break. What?
I don't do anything extra.
I was in a Mercedes-Benz S-Class of 2018 when I was driving Uber Black. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't do anything extra. I thought about it. I know a couple of guys down here that have like absolutely pimped their rides out. They look great.
That was built into the car.
Yeah, but see, and that's like that's one of the reasons why I didn't get the Lincoln, because I was looking at the Lincoln Aviator versus the XT6. The Lincoln Aviator's got way too many buttons that can break. Right? So that's just, to me, that's just more maintenance for what we do. That's why I'm with the XT6.
And man, that's why I like the simplicity of what most of the stuff in the Tesla. It's confusing for the people that are riding in it, and they're asking you a bunch of questions all the time. But it's a conversation piece, and I get tips off of that a lot. They're like,
that's what Eddie used to say.
How many miles? It starts huge conversations. A lot of the time, it's incredible.
You can't beat the X. You can't beat a Tesla Model X with the Falcon Wing door opening. You can't beat that.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I don't need the Falcon Wings. I specifically I have the money for it. I wouldn't want it.
You hear that, Jeff?
No, it's impressive.
Jeff, you hear that?
It's impressive.
Jeff, did you hear that?
I don't need the wings.
No. He dropped the F bomb before you did.
What?
He said Falcon Wings.
No, I thought he said I don't need.
Yeah, he said Falcon Wings.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I apologize.
Yeah, no. So because the X has the Falcon Wings. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of it.
Wings and like that.
Yeah. Okay, Jeff. The F bomb still belongs to you, my friend.
Hey, by the way, Uber, EV Uber. You know that every time I type, EV, EV Ubers, I always get these roadblocks.
Yeah.
What's going on there, EV Ubers?
Eddie, I keep asking you, what did you end up going with for your name on YouTube? Your short name.
Oh, so my short name, somebody that owns a whole bunch of cows.
Right. Yeah. Took your name.
Yeah, it's got driving in style, but he's had that name for a long time. I didn't think anybody had it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I looked him up, and he's been there for, at least his channel has been there for a while. His tag name, I do not know how long he's had his tag name for, but he's like a farm, right there, Vinny? Like a farm.
And he change it?
Yeah. No, he's a cow dude. He's definitely a cow dude.
So I was wondering what you made it, because when I try to write your name in short, I can't. So it pops up you know, when you're looking at the regular YouTube, you can see your name light up when somebody actually writes in your short form name. So which name did you go with?
So, Uber driving in style 1.
Oh, okay.
That's
Okay.
what I did. But if you was to type driving in style, I'm gonna pop up probably on the
Yeah,
top
for
of
some
the
reason
You
it
know
wasn't
what?
popping
Google
up. That's why I
search.
was asking.
And it wasn't until tonight that I realized that Eddie's channel, Driving in Style, is actually Driving in Style 1.
Oh, I didn't know that either. Huh.
Till I
But
when
yeah,
I was
can
typing,
change
you know how
the
many,
name. Yeah, you can change the name as it appears. Yeah.
right. So I'm typing it in because I usually tag everybody in the description for the videos and the live stream. And I'm looking and I'm like, who the hell is this Driving in Style 1? It looks like Eddie.
He's
Yeah.
like that.
But I never realized it's Driving in Style 1. I'm like, okay.
So you need
They
to
give me
change
like
the
a
name.
number. They
Yeah, it
give
gave
me
you a
like a
number.
driving in style 6 to 11 whatever, and then I was like, no, I'm not
Yeah,
doing it.
right. Yeah, let's
And
keep
I
it
just
simple
put it,
here.
you know.
All
I
right,
just put
Dom, we'll
11.
get you on next week, my brother. We'll get you on next week. So this is another thing too. Like Steven's he's a guest on tonight. We're gonna make him part of the Rideshare team. But we don't have well, let's see if you want to. If not, we can send you out to that.
Yeah,
We'll send you to that other guy in LA, you know.
Oh no, I'm good.
In Calabasas, is that what it is? Calabasas?
I bought his
Calabasas, right? That's
I
where
don't
that guy
believe
is.
all that nonsense he's talking about.
We'll send you to Calabasas. He's got that
No.
three-car
No,
fleet
for
running.
real.
He's got an X-wing. He's got an X-wing.
I'm good.
Nah, listen.
Anger
Listen,
Island.
that
That's
guy's
what I call it. Anger Island. You want to come to Anger Island with me?
Oh, shit. Why did I do that?
You know,
Why did I
having a
do that?
group of people actually having a discussion. No, like he does tell people how to build themselves up in some of his content, and especially his older content. But is he having a group?
Okay, all right. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Up. So
Yeah,
the next,
we're all different over here.
What I was getting at was, we don't mind. We would enjoy having a guest from around the country because, as you can tell, I'm in Miami, Florida, or Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Right, I'm in the South Florida market. Eddie's from Austin, Texas. Some of you guys are out of Texas. Jeff's from Arizona. Yep. Hayes from Arizona, right? Brandon's up in Chicago.
Partner.
Hey, partner. How the hell are you, bud? Right? And then now you got Steve out of LA. We get Kiara. Now I don't know where Kiara is. I think she's running from us. But Kiara's out of Atlanta.
She's in Atlanta right now, I think.
Yep.
Yeah,
she's making that money,
Atlanta.
man. Man, she had some hella goddamn orders. She had some hella
she had
orders
some
up there,
bangers the other day. $49.
One of them.
He was getting $49 orders.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Bro, you got to pay attention to the chat group, bro.
No, I do.
Yeah, she was hitting it.
You got enough time sitting around now. You could keep up.
I'm editing.
She got a couple
I'm
of them.
doing more editing.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So next week we'll bring in Dom and we'll see what's going on with him, bringing him on the show. And Little Rock, Arkansas. Wow.
Yeah, we got to get
Dom,
right, man.
And Dom. I know Ed's out in LA.
Oh, yeah.
And
I mean, especially if they got their market down pat and they're actually making a lot of money. Are we going to bring in our $3,500 one? Is that an Uber?
Yeah, I want to bring in EV Ubers. Maybe I can get him and Dom in here next week. And but I don't want to get too many people on the chat because then nobody can hear what we're saying. We'll be stepping all over each other.
Well, no, just bring him on so he can talk about his strategies.
I could be on the chat for about an hour, then I could just drop off. Like if I sit on the chat for an hour, then drop off, let somebody come in, this and that. We can like come in groups for a while.
We can
but
do
I'll
that.
Stay in the chat.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Let me see, Dom. I think I got you beat for September.
Here we go. Measuring contest.
Here we go.
Who got the biggest
Battle of the Cash. I like it.
Yeah, Melvin, you ain't lying, bro.
Caddy versus.
No, he got me beat.
I would never. I mean, I'm not one to want to do Uber Eats or anything, but if they give them $49 orders,
I'll take it.
Yeah,
I might have to yoke the caddy through the McDonald's drive.
But I wonder how Kiara is getting the $49 orders.
They were because of her strategy, bro.
The combination.
That's what I'm saying. What is she doing?
She always goes to the wealthier neighborhoods. She does her demographics. She does her she freaking Google Maps the damn area to find out where the medium income is, all of that stuff.
By the way, I think I got I think I got for Kiara somebody that can write her book the way she wants it, as long as she's got all the information.
Kiara, you got to show up, baby. Where you at?
So
And
she's
then
just got to give her a
And then
call.
Brandon's got to show off his kitty.
Jeez.
Shut up. You know, you can,
15K.
We got Flexosaurus Rex over here.
You ain't lying, bro. That's flexing, bro.
He's
That's
messing
okay.
with you because it's not even a month called September. That's not
What
even
kind
a
of-
real
what kind
month.
of-
September.
what kind of Porsche is it that you drive there, Brent? What kind of Porsche is it?
Come on, man.
What kind of Porsche is it?
A Porsche
September.
Cayenne.
He can say it however he
Oh
wants.
my
with that.
God.
I'll give you a free
Okay.
ebook if you give this Porsche a flat tire.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Free
Ubers.
ebook.
Teach me.
EV
Teach
Ubers,
me.
yeah, I think EV Ubers probably got us all beat.
I
He
need
got
your
us
book.
all beat.
Where's your
So-
ebook, Evie?
17.
So next
What?
week, I'm bringing him
Oh,
on. I'm
EV
gonna reach
Ubers
out
is
to him
nuts,
during the
man.
week.
This dude is nuts. He's nuts.
Yeah, listen, we're
I
gonna
wanna
bring
know
him
what the
on
hell
next
he's
week. Him
doing.
and Dom. Well, we're gonna find out.
I
As
really
long as
wanna
he's
know what
willing to
he's
spill
doing.
the beans, we're gonna find out. Really,
Oh,
he's showing
God.
off the Porsche. Now we're showing off the Porsche. Now we're showing off the
I
Porsche.
think EV Uber's doing foot massages and shit like that to get tips. There's no way you can make that much.
This is all
he
in
already
He's
app?
around with people
Damn.
in
Or you
front
got
seat.
private
He already
ride.
said he don't care about tips, bro. You guys got to keep up.
I don't
Said
I
November.
don't watch for tips, but is that all in app or is that with private rides included?
That's just the
No.
app.
That's all in app.
That's without private
All app.
ride.
All work. All
Private
app.
rides is even more.
He's all Ubers is all
Do
in
you
app.
go to a wealthy neighborhood or you just stick to where you are?
Who, Brandon?
Yeah,
I
Brandon.
am in the wealthy neighborhood.
He's in the neighborhood, bro.
That's impressive, Evie. That's real impressive.
So anyway,
And where's
All
your
right.
market?
he says it's in the videos, which I'm gonna.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I already subscribed. I already subscribed, bro.
Hey,
I'll be watching
listen,
that after this.
you ain't lying, bro. I sat and I watched them, but I still didn't catch the market. Mr. Gambit, Uber terms of service, no sex in cars. I agree.
Is that a new
I
rule?
agree.
Is that
Yes.
a
That's
new
always
rule?
That's like
been the
making
rule.
that 17K.
No, that must be new. I don't.
But
It
but,
gets
but
sticky.
I make
My
sure I
brother-
always have evidence. I make sure I always have evidence that they break the rules because that dash camera don't come down.
That's a
Dash
sticky
cam
tip.
stays up.
I will
You
say
know?
this: the only thing that's disappointing about the Tesla's camera system is that you can't take control of that internal camera. So at least not simply.
What?
So I'm stuck using attaching a camera rather than just using the camera system. That's
Ah.
Wait,
already
hold
there.
on. You know you have access with the camera on the phone, right?
I have
That was
access to
offered
the
one
cameras
first for
around the
9X.
car, but it doesn't show the interior.
Okay, that's an update. You probably get an update shortly.
With the lotion
Okay,
on
I'll
the
look it
skin,
up.
EV.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I've been seeing a lot of the Tesla's got the update and they can see the
That lotion
internal
on the
camera
skin.
from their
Yeah.
phone.
Look at silence of the
Oh,
Can I
my
lambs
God.
up in
record
here.
that?
Yeah, we getting out of control right
Eddie,
now.
but
Out
can I
of control.
record that?
Out of control.
EV was
Anyway.
man, I was offered. He said the service was 9X. I had to work.
Skipped it.
He said the
But,
service was 9X. I had to work. EV
So,
was about that
9X.
money.
I won't sleep if I ever see a 9X. Shit.
Hell no.
9X,
That was a long
9X, I'll
time
turn on
ago.
X.
Yeah.
Oh,
9X, I'll turn on X. We can run through McDonald's drive-through all you want.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
market right now is
Yeah.
dead.
Can I get a
And when we
burger?
leave, and damn it, McDonald's, they didn't have the shake machine going. So let's go over to Steak and
Let's
Shake
go to
and
the
get
other
you a
one,
real
yeah.
shake.
That's
That's
it.
it.
Exactly.
That's
There's
it.
another one open. I know.
9X Surge? Oh yeah, we're going.
We'll find the other one.
What kind of music
Man,
you want?
man.
Oh, now we
For
need to go
real.
to 7-Eleven to get some drinks.
Yeah, hell
Get
yeah.
that. Man.
I'll have that in the
Yeah, I ain't
high
turning
end
that
rides, and they're
off.
like, "Oh, is it a big deal?" I'm like, in an Uber Black ride, I'm like, no, do what you got to do.
By the way,
Do what you got to do.
by the way, that freeway that's a direct route, yeah, they got construction tonight, so we're gonna go around this way.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. Get that. Get that.
Well, you can't
Man,
do
get
that.
it,
We
get
call
it.
that Chapo. You can't do that no more with Uber.
He said he
Yeah, we're
gets
good.
in the hood to get the fun powder.
Well, it was interesting because when I did the
Let's
training for, I
go to
believe,
460
Lyft again,
Club,
it's
right?
like, oh, well, if they have their own route that they want to take, what's it called? A good driver allows them to direct you. That was in that
Ernest,
recent training.
Ernest, we appreciate it, brother. I got 4 chicks from Lyft and Uber. I ran
Sometimes
pickup
my Lyft
sometimes. Of
stuff, it'll
course.
have me going right.
Of course, bro. Listen,
Was
yeah, I got a couple videos that I tried to do during spring break that I put in there where we did Cadillac karaoke. Eddie hasn't caught on to Cadillac karaoke yet, but it's a fun time. But you got to have the dash camera to do it. You got a dash cam yet, Eddie?
No.
Why don't you have a dash cam, bro?
Eddie, you're talking about me having to wear body armor and you're driving without a dash cam?
Eddie, you got to get a dash cam, bro.
No, nobody here gets
That's a pot calling the
disrespectful
kettle
in my
black.
car. They know
It's
the
not about the
consequences.
disrespectful stuff, bro. It's about you get the dash
You don't
cam
need
and you
dash
can have
cam.
them sing karaoke. You have a good time and you make a video out
We
of
don't need
it.
a dash cam and all that stuff and body.
No,
armor?
just before they get out the car, I just have a nice little peaceful talk with them and just be like, "Hey, 5 stars before you leave the car,
Offer
please."
rejected. Dollar amount was $1
I've seen
less
that
than my
video.
minimum amount.
Hey, Ernest, is this a friends and family type pickup? Is that what you're referring to?
That's what's up.
Oh, Melvin, I can't post that comment, bro. It's in the comment, but I can't post that comment because we'll get flagged by you know who. But I hear you.
Yeah.
Dom, I had a chick a couple weeks ago back want to make out with me. I said take my business
We're in
card.
the house now.
Make sure that business card's got the QR codes on the
The
back.
QR for tips, yeah.
So anyway, oh Gary, I do carpool karaoke, especially during race season in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Yeah, listen, it's okay to have fun with your riders, bro. The more fun you have with them, the more you test them to see what the conversation is. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I got a $50. Oh nope, these chicks are down. Oh, okay, I hear you, Ernest. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
Oh, y'all ain't seen my
and
videos riding around in the Jeep, loud, bumping music, kicking it.
I'm telling you, I got into a conversation with a banker about. I think I told Jeff about this with a banker in the Bahamas, and we were talking about FTX. It was a Lux ride, a Lyft Lux going to the airport, and when I dropped him off, he threw $50 in the $50 tip in the back of the truck after the conversation because he said he never had a conversation like that with an Uber driver.
Multiple times. I get that.
You know what I'm saying? So when you can have a good conversation like that, or you get chicks that are willing to do the karaoke, just get them to, get them to say, hey, yeah, I consent. And you put the video up because people want to have fun too.
I've had several lawyers in my car. Several lawyers that say that they'll, if you need support with this or with that, I can help you out with that. I had one guy, he said he wanted to get into creating his own fleet after I talked to, because I told him what my plan was. And this was before I got the Tesla. And he's like, okay, well, you know what? Get your first car and then contact me. So, you get people that can push your business beyond what you thought it was going to be initially and how much time you thought it was going to take you doing it all by yourself because you start making crazy connections out there.
Yeah, connections are huge. Like my whole college deal. I know I've told the story, but the whole deal I got with Miami-Dade College, that was because of an Uber driver. She was just getting started. I shared my pizza with her. Now when I work for her, it's $2,000 in a week, and I'm hanging out with Anna Navarro, Michael Imperioli. I could just drop names left and right.
To jump back to what we were talking about with starting businesses and rideshare and having fleets, there was someone that so he wanted to support the fleets. He was thinking about bringing vehicles into the fleets. But the next thing you can look into, Eddie, especially once your vehicle is a commercial vehicle, you can start getting government contracts. These contracts are tens of thousands of dollars. That's what I'm looking for. So you're talking about moving on to the next level or having people under you that you trust as drivers, picking up you will be picking up diplomats and taking them straight to planes. You'll be doing all kinds of stuff you couldn't even imagine. You'll get access to things you could have never even imagined. And talk about a little $100,000 or $150,000 per year. You're talking about 300 or more.
You ain't lying. Yep. See, the whole Steven's spot on with that. Like my connection with the college was my connection when I was doing the surgery patients. you make those big time contacts. You're not going to be haggling with people for $60, $70 rides.
No.
See,
And
but
guess
the
what?
problem is the
These
process.
contracts want you to charge them, and these companies want you to charge them.
They want you to pick. They
Yeah,
want you to because they want you to give you the best rides they could possibly get. They are going to support you getting whatever vehicles and they not only that, you driving people around, they pay for your fares to different places, they pay for your meals. They have you sitting there for hours not doing anything while you're getting paid. You're just waiting on the clients.
Yeah. Listen, I had the best parking. Brandon, you know where Freedom Tower is? Down by Bayside where the arena is? Uh-oh, he's muted. We can't hear you, Brandon. I don't know. That might actually be a good thing.
Yeah, I know where the arena is.
Right. So right across from the arena, while everybody's scrambling for parking down there when I was with the college, I got front row seats into an exclusive parking lot. I'm sitting there. Eddie, government contracts, corporate business, that's where it's at, bro. That's where the level up.
At. Yes.
And I always say that if somebody is going to move into Lux or Premier SUV, Lux Black XL, learn how to drive your vehicle like a professional driver.
Yes.
None of this one arm shit hanging over, messing with the phone. Learn how to ease on the brakes. It's called warming the brakes, right?
It's hard to do that when you go from a Tesla to a Cadillac.
No, it's not. No, that's bullshit. Pardon the expression, but that's bullshit.
It's different.
Steven, right?
It is.
Right?
It is because
It's
Tesla has
different.
regenerative brakes.
It is very different.
I'm not saying that it's not different. That's not what I said.
No,
but I'm saying it's not that hard. It's not that hard.
No, it's not. But in the beginning, when I first got into the Caddy, I was slamming on those brakes because I was freaking panicking. I was like, dude, the car's not stopping.
Yeah.
Teslas, they stop on their own because you don't use the brakes on the Teslas.
What I'm saying is when you learn how to warm the brakes. There's a really good video on YouTube of chauffeurs driving Bentleys. And when I tell you, my brakes, I get 80,000 miles out of them. 80,000 miles out of my brakes. I know most people don't get 40 or 50,000 miles out of their brakes. You're warming the brake. That way you come to that easy stop. You let the idiots and the banana heads go around you. All the GTA, Grand Theft Auto, and Forza drivers cutting you off all over the place with no blinkers, giving you the finger as they're going by at 90 and you're doing 85. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been giving that finger a lot.
I live in LA. It's all day. It's all day over here. Road rage is no joke.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I had a soccer mom try to cut me off in traffic today. That was fun.
And what did you do to the soccer mom?
I showed her that she to not cut off a Porsche, and she learned a good life lesson today.
Okay, damn, this lady told me about a private function. I thought she wanted to come as Uber. Now it makes sense because she wanted me to drive the exec zone personally. Yeah, and that's it, right? So you just got to be careful about it, though. Do the right thing, friends and family. Make sure, but as you step up, you can do some good things. Tesla brakes are absolutely
whatever requests and whatever that they make out of that, that's them. This is another person on the street.
All right, Jeff's back. All right, so we've been on now about a little 2 hours.
Over 2 hours.
A little over 2 hours. And I know Eddie's got to get up because he's got to go to sleep, get his beauty rest. Right. For any EV Ubers, I quit my senior. Oh yeah, that's right. Drive like there's a hot cup of coffee sitting on the dash above your lap. Yeah, well, that'll definitely slow you down. Shit.
That's actually a really good. Like it doesn't even have to be a hot cup of coffee. Like practice driving just like a regular cold cup of coffee.
Like you really want to have all
like
that
a regular piece of water. And
yeah.
If you can drive, for a day without dropping a spill, you did good.
That's it.
Make sure you record it if you do that.
Now me, maybe I'll last a quarter mile.
You ain't getting out the parking lot. Quit lying, bro. Quit lying. You ain't getting out the parking lot,
bro.
You ain't getting out. You're gonna be doing donuts in the parking lot.
I got sport brakes.
Conversation equals tips, 100%.
All right, Dom. We'll talk to you later, buddy. Melvin, get that money early in the morning.
Get that money,
All right,
man.
So as we do, we're gonna go around the table. Looks like we're gonna start with Eddie, then Brandon, then Jeff, and we'll end it with Steven. One tip for everybody. What's your tip of the week for everybody?
My tip. Hold on, we're going to me first, right? All right. So, people have been telling me that I should go back to the Tesla. It was not about the Tesla. It's about the business part of it. So if you want to grow, you need to take chances. All right. If they don't work out, then you got to do it because you are never going to find out. So if things go bad with this, then I got another plan. And if that doesn't work out, I got another plan. So always have don't stick to the same thing. Always move up.
Don't be afraid of the risk. Risk versus reward. I hear you, brother. Brandon.
I mentioned this a couple of times already today, but when there's apps out there that'll do the math for you instantaneously to know if a ride is worth it or not, what are you doing not driving with it? It doesn't matter if you're going to use Mistro or Para. They all do the same thing. They will tell you, how much you get paid per mile, how much you get paid per hour, whatever is important to you, and it'll do the decision making for you. That way, if you're getting slammed with requests, you already you can make it. You can set it to where it's automatically going to decline all the low paying rides, so that you get that golden ticket ride, and it's paying 2 or 3 times as much as the other rides. It's worth it. Believe me.
Is there any more apps you want to tell us about?
Not at the moment. I mean, I just like
pen ready.
I started. There's a reason why I'm doing Uber X in a Porsche. So, maybe I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
I hope so, because I got the app and I got everything in here, so I'm about to try it tomorrow.
It's paying me more than a Lyft Lux ride. I got Lyft. So here's another thing. Lyft is doing something really bad in Chicago. They're capping to pay for they're capping to pay they charge to riders, and they're capping to surge. Yesterday, when 20,000 people were trying to leave the McCormick Conference Center all at the same time, Uber was showing $20-$30 surge. Lyft, $2.50. $2.50. And it's not that there was no demand, because I can do Lux back to back request decline. I can decline and get nonstop for an hour. That's how. So from that they're. And then I'm looking at the Rider app. I'm going from McCormick Center down to a few miles north, and they're charging like half of what Uber is. And I'm like,
they're trying to grab market share.
Yeah, they are.
Exactly.
They're trying to grab market share in Chicago, and that's fucking me over.
Eddie, there's a comment for you from Dom. He wants to know if you're leasing your Cadillac through a private chauffeur company, and then he wants your email. So, Dom, you can reach out to Eddie at Driving in Style.
That's right.
And no, he bought his Cadillac.
Yeah, I bought my Caddy. But I was thinking about leasing it. But even if I lease it, I need to get commercial insurance on it.
All right. My man Jeff. What you got, buddy?
Yeah, well, hey, I got something special coming up for safety, but I'm going to tell everybody, safety is your problem. Don't think these apps are going to keep you safe. They don't care about you enough to keep you safe. Know what areas to go into. If something don't feel right, go to a gas station. Just tell somebody you got to use the bathroom. Go to a gas station, something. But don't think these apps are creating a system to keep you safer. They're not. You got to take it in your own hands. And it's time to everybody start doing things to take care of themselves so they can make it home. But I got something coming up special. I told Vinny a little bit about it, but it's going to be something pretty cool. I'm just waiting on stuff to come in the mail. It's going to be pretty cool for safety.
And when I make my next video, before he makes his next video, I'm going to put the pressure right back on him.
No,
and Jeff's got a little safety video coming up. It'll be out in about an hour. And I'm gonna be calling your ass in Phoenix, waking your ass up from that nap.
Then he be out driving.
Like, where the damn
hey,
video at?
Look at me.
Where the damn video at, Jeff? Where the damn video at?
That's messed up.
No, hey, you started it. Hey, Vinny, send me your thumbnail. I'm gonna put it in my video. And then next
know
thing I
it,
know, I'm
'cause I
like,
be
oh
man,
shit, I
your
gotta make this
videos be
video.
popping, dude. They be popping.
Yeah, I appreciate you, brother. Teamwork. Teamwork.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
So Ed, Bro Kids TV, can you get banned from Uber or Lyft with those apps? Brandon is saying no, it's not editing the code. So it's pretty interesting. That actually is a really good question. I don't know.
No, well,
So
as Gwen said, they use upfront pricing. So if you don't get upfront pricing, then they can't do anything, right?
So I know this fairly well because there was just because there was a similar case where like there's this third party app that I use for a game I play called Hearthstone, and it basically just does like a lot of calculations for me instantaneously. Like there was
cheat code.
They tried to take him to court, but then they won they won the case because all it's doing is just showing you information that you could have already obtained yourself. They're just doing it a lot faster, instantaneously. So they're not giving you information that that you can't figure out yourself. It's just doing the work for you. It's not providing you any hidden advantage. It's not giving you extra money. It's just saying, hey, based on this data, this is how much you're going to make per hour if you take this ride.
So what I would add to that is if you get a warning from one of the apps, then you might want to consider if you're going to keep using it or not. Because we already see, right? They were talking about it last night. I guess some people, if they turn down if you turn down 3 rides on Uber's logging them off for 3-4 hours or something, right? I mean, I haven't heard of it here yet. That doesn't mean it's not true.
Oh, that's happening to my apprentice here. He's if he declines 4 trips in a row, they log him off. He can log back in.
You're right.
But they're trying to I guess they're trying to experiment with a handful of accounts, whether that's going to work for them or not.
That's happening to me as well.
So
they'll drop me off, ask me if I want to continue driving, and yeah.
If that's happening to you, you can just after the third decline, just go offline real quick and then go back online, and it'll reset the count. Because if you wait for that 4th, then it'll log you out.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
I haven't seen it happen to me yet, but then again, Uber, I mean, yesterday was the first time I got a request in like 3 weeks. But now some of that, and it might have been a little misleading, but some of that is because Lyft just keeps me busy, bro, when I'm out. They usually they stack me.
Didn't you type our emails in the chat?
Yeah, you can put your email in the chat.
No, I can't.
Oh, okay. I don't know why. Damn, Melvin.
Because links, you probably have links
3 or 4 times a day. What the hell?
Melvin is the decline expert.
Oh, damn.
He get logged off that much. He is a decline expert.
Damn.
It's like, doo-doo-doo. It's
all
like,
right.
let me show you where the decline button is on your phone. It's right here.
All right. So, Steven.
2% acceptance rate.
Damn.
That's my acceptance rate on Uber.
They haven't shut your app off?
No.
We're gonna start calling Brandon the milkman because 2% is milk. What up, milkman?
Yeah, only 2% of the rides I get are worth it. So hey,
you like
whatever.
2% milk. That's the milkman, Brandon, aka the milkman, coming through like
on a reservation one time. See, this guy's talking about the reservation, but on a reservation one time, Dom, I actually got paid the full amount because I actually made it to the house and I waited out there about 10 minutes, and then when I was out there, they canceled. But it was like a $50 ride, and I was like, damn it. But I got paid the $50. So I was like, oh, okay. No, but it did take them a little bit to calculate it.
Well,
I was so mad.
The same thing. That's the same. Normally on Uber, you get paid the full ride if you got to cancel or if they cancel after you ride. With Lyft or Black Lux XL, if you got to cancel the ride, it's $25, Brent. I get paid $25 if I got to cancel one of those rides.
No. If I'm on the way there and I'm halfway there, and they're like 20 minutes away and they cancel it, they give me $3.
Yeah, like I only get paid my if someone cancels a Lux Black on me, I only get paid the time and distance that I took to
No,
get
no,
there
I'm
for Lux for Black for
See,
Yes, that
Yeah.
yes, if you're en route, but if you're there, you wait the allotted time, the 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is, and if they
You
don't
pick
show
up
up, make the phone call. They don't answer the phone. You cancel the ride. It's $25.
Dang.
I
All right, I
the
want to
most
get
I've gotten was $4 from doing that.
well,
Yeah.
Chicago, buddy.
In my case,
You
it
know,
was
it's
a
funny,
full amount,
Vinny.
but it was a reservation.
Right. All right,
So remember
Steven,
I was
what do you
telling
got?
I just want to tell you one thing real quick about so the guy that I was borrowing the Mercedes Benz from, he contacted me today. Apparently he ended up getting another job, so now he's looking for a driver again. So that was interesting.
Is
So
that
as far
your tip
as
of the week?
yeah, I got tips.
Okay.
First off,
Just
you
need
should
one.
learn. Yeah. First off, you should learn your market. Learn what events and what kind of rides are coming out of specific markets. So,
Grid
for
wise.
example, I'll go to Dodger Stadium, but you have to know whether or not Lux Blacks are going to be the rides that people are looking for, or if it's just going to be Lux, or if it's just going to be basic rides. There's always basic rides. Whether you're gonna get a Lyft ride or you're gonna get Uber X, but knowing how much you can actually make off of rides and what kind of distances people are actually taking, because a lot of them go to the hotels and stuff around the area, whether or not you can get someone that's going to be doing 20 or 30 miles in a direction, because you may not be able to take a quick ride, because these roads leading up to Dodger Stadium, for example, one-way roads, one way in, one way out. So to get in and pick somebody up, it's not worth it to take a short ride. Think you're going to go out and come back in. So you need to analyze.
Too much traffic.
Yeah, you get trapped in it. Plus, you're waiting. You could wait 30 minutes, an hour. So Elton John was performing 2 weeks ago, and I waited over there. Somebody hit my Tesla over there as well. So yeah.
Go downtown.
It literally took your foot off the brake and it rolled backward into my car. So this is going uphill toward Dodger Stadium. I waited, I want to say an hour, if not an hour and a half, trying to get all the way up there. So none of the rides were worth any of that, because I'm waiting. I haven't even got them in my car yet. And some of the passengers ended up walking down the road in order to get in the car. So understanding the roads around you and the dynamic of the places that you're waiting at. For example, if you know where your clubs are, proximity matters. This is a good tip. Proximity matters.
100%.
So if you're close to the good to clubs that you know are heavily populated, and you'll tend to see a lot of Uber Black Black and Lux Black cars over there. You can get closer to that place, and that's going to guarantee you it's going to give you a better chance of getting a high-end ride that's a good distance and worth your time and effort.
Right. And it could be a difference of 100 feet of whether the guy in front of you or the guy behind you gets it.
Proximity matters greatly. So don't think you're going to just sit in the middle of a bunch of different clubs and, I'm going to get a ride from one of them. You will, but you're not going to get some of the best rides. Those are the ones that were declined by all the people that are waiting right up against the good places.
So. Right. All right. Cool.
Exactly. 100%.
Cool. And then and my tip is go follow all these people's channels. Steve, you don't have a channel, do you?
Yeah.
You got a channel?
Yeah.
What is it?
I have multiple channels, but the one for Rideshare is Unbroken Driver.
Oh, that's why you got the damn microphone over there sounding. Sounding all Barry White and shit on it.
Trust me,
that's why.
Are you sure that's
about to cut a record? He gonna cut a record when we hang up.
You'll never find another love like mine.
Wait, hold on. What are the other channels about?
Yeah, exactly. What are the other channels, bro?
So the Unbroken Driver channel is about driving. The Unbroken Asset channel is about cryptocurrency. I talk about different things in the crypto space. And then I have a channel called Getting to Geek, which I talk about technology.
Seriously.
Okay,
well, listen, when we end the live stream, we're gonna have a little conversation there.
All right.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna piss Eddie off.
Speaking of pissing Eddie off, I'm getting blown up right now.
I'm a big fan of Tesla, but there is a reason why I like to buy Tesla stock.
Mm-hmm. All right. So For those of you that are interested, I know we got about 20 people watching. Listen, I thank everybody coming on the channel tonight. And you know, we appreciate you. We actually do have love for you. So, you know, yeah, check out everybody's channel. And don't forget, next week we'll be starting with the little gas app, gas card. However, we're gonna work that out. I promise I'll get it figured out next week.
Come get it.
And we'll go from there because we do give back, man. This is a channel that gives back. We want to give back. Now that promotion only might be once a month, but hell, it's once a month. You know, come on.
Hey.
If anybody was interested in following the trading that I kind of stuck into the video yesterday, the $250 challenge, where I went down $10 yesterday. Well, I made all that back plus that account right now is at $395. So it's $160, $160 swing today. And it might be a lot more. We'll find out.
You hear that, Eddie?
I got one hanging overnight. You know,
hey, you can start with 250.
When I trade, and
I'm getting in, baby.
When I show Eddie this $35 lotto play I made today that just happened to just anyway. So with that, y'all, hey, we're gonna wish y'all a good night, everybody. Give them the send off. We'll see y'all later. Dom, see you next week. Evie, we'll see you next week. Steven, appreciate you being here, bro.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah. Nice coming through, man. We out.